everybody. Welcome aboard. Happy Friday. It's good to see you. Man. Yeah, we got a rush rant coming in. Buffy McFuffy, good to see Wyatt. Welcome aboard. Epic Nobody, welcome aboard. Will Pipes is in the house. Flying Flame Links, hello again. Says, how did you get the livery? Somebody gave it to me. Somebody made it for me. Man, so, okay. Those of you that are just tuning in, or those of you that are watching on YouTube, we started a little bit early today, and then we ended up pretty much at the normal time because I just had to go reboot my router. It's so damn cold out right now that my internet connection basically crapped itself while we tried to do the initial stream here. So here we are. It's gonna be one of those days, right, Andy? I know. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna pop these. These sub alerts up here again, and we'll get all the thank yous out for those. So the first one we had here was from Tech Claw. Tech Claw, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers, my friend. 12 months, dude. That's awesome. Cue the stream. Here for 6 months. Cue the stream says, popping in to say, hey, heading out to celebrate my 23rd. Happy fly. Well, cue the stream if you're still here, man. Thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers to you, my friend. Why didn't that come up? There it goes.
Retard.
More things to not work well. And then after that was Stealth Talon 4. Hit that button right there. Stealth Talon 4 is here for 9 months. Twitch baby time. Just a bit of a rough delivery. It's okay, man. We just got this little C-section going there. Let's take care of all that. Cheers to all you guys. Thank you very much for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. Air Fubar, it's good to see you. King Michael, welcome aboard. Chaz Watkins, happy Friday. Tech Claw got his Red Sea indeed, which you will now keep for the next year. It takes for long. Hope he ain't stressing. Hope you're not talking about me, man. I'm not stressing. We're good. We're good. I've already stressed out today many times, trust me. So, KC Flyer, it's good to see you. We're here. It's a T-Con a day. So if you're not in the US, then you probably may not be aware that we have this like epic bone-chilling cold that is permeating the entire eastern half of the country. I saw something on Facebook today that says Ottawa in Canada was the coldest state or national capital today. Some crazy, ridiculously low temperature that they hit. Clocky 180 here for 7 months with the tier 2 sub. He says 7 months. Happy 7 months, Red Ale. Thank you very much, Clocky. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for the tier 2. Mephitic 51. Welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you for your support. Cheers to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Luis Manza, good to see you, buddy. He says 30 degrees Celsius in Brazil. I don't like you anymore. I mean, we'll get there in like 6 months, 7 months or so. But it's gonna. Oh my God, it's so cold right now. 60 in Florida, dude. Aren't you guys supposed to get some of the cold down there though? I crash a lot. Good to see you, by the way. Buy a hat. Yeah, buy a hat and wear a sweater. That's what I tell my wife to do. And it doesn't matter, man. Like we're doing our best to keep the house warm. I have the heat set for 64 right now, 64 Fahrenheit, whatever that comes out to in Celsius. And it's just like I have a 100-year-old drafty house, and it's just cold everywhere. I went out for a little bit yesterday. I went out for a little bit today. And you step outside for 5 minutes and you're just done. Like you're just bone chilling, awful cold. But I'm going to try not to complain about that all day today. Did you forget to activate your Twitch? We're good, man. We're good. Hamlam, welcome aboard. 80 in SoCal. But yeah, you have the deepest voice. I hope I do, Jack. I'm adding all the bass, man. All the bass. Because if I take out, I did this demonstration. If I press that right now, that's what my voice sounds like without any processing. But we're going to add that bass back in. You don't even have proper tea over there in the colonies to warm you up, do you? No, we don't, man. I'm drinking some Stash peppermint tea right now that I brewed through a coffee cup or a coffee pot. So, you can judge me all you want, man. We don't do proper tea here either. Ah, man. Do I prefer the 737 or 767? It depends on the mood I'm in. So anyway, this is the IXEG 737 Classic. This is running a beautiful livery that a fan of mine made about a year ago, and I really like it. I forget the name of the fan, and he always chimes in and says who he is, so I hope he says hello again. But I like this livery. Our flight plan tonight is going to take us out of some really kind of awful weather here. We'll be flying out of Boeing Field, which we flew into last week, flying over to Spokane, Spokane is going to be pink dots pretty much the entire night. Currently, it's freezing rain, snow, mist, overcast 300. And the forecast is for 1 mile visibility and snow, overcast 400. So it's going to be crappy weather out there. Fly into that, and then we're going to fly back to Seattle. Just going to be the 2 flights this evening. Judging by the fact that we're just now getting going after some struggles, it's going to be one of those nights, I think. Absolutely think it's going to be one of those nights. But by the way, Mephitic, welcome aboard, man. Stealth Bob, welcome aboard. Happy Friday. It's good to see you. Ridiculous, good to see you, man. Happy Friday to you guys. Cyan Sweeney, good to see you. Happy Friday. Ah, man. Anyway, am I on 1.2 or the new 1.21? I'm on 1.2. I'm on whatever is out as of this morning. So if there's a version that came out today, I don't have it. But I got this thing up and running this morning at like 11 o'clock. It took me 45 minutes to get this airplane running. Required a full reinstall of both the airplane and Gizmo just to get the damn thing going. I don't know why it broke. I don't know how it broke, but it did. Hey, Smarts, you're here for 8 months, man. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers to you. Firehawk Sim, happy Friday. Svers, welcome aboard. Good to see you. Yeah, it's good stuff. All right. Let's hop inside this thing. My wife just got home. Hang on. She blew me a kiss. She's afraid to come say hi, though. She says hi. This is the IXEG 737 Classic. I haven't flown this for a while. I was trying to look up when I last flew this airplane, and the last time I flew this thing was the day before I got my PPL. The stream title was Go Away Jose, trying to convince the powers that be that I don't want your damn tropical storm anymore, and you should leave. Turnaround state, apply. So we put it into turnaround state here. This is going to bring the APU online, get us into a state where all the IRSs are aligned and everything. I don't know. It's ready to go flying is what it is. Will she ever make an appearance? Probably not. I don't think that's her thing. Bear Aviation, good to see you. Just had the same issue, tried to reload Gizmo issues. Yeah, Gizmo was all screwed up, so I went and did a reinstall. I deleted Gizmo completely, and then I reinstalled the airplane, which also reinstalled Gizmo, and it worked. So who the hell knows, man? You try to find information on when Gizmo breaks, and you get put in this circular pattern where they say, go search the forums, and when you search the forums, you come back to another thread that says, go search the forums. So, I don't regard the tech support over there very highly. They're awfully combative, but we were able to get it up and running through sheer willpower and guts, and so here we are. But I love this plane. I really, really, really love this airplane. You know, it's a shame kind of all the stuff that's around it, but we're gonna fly it. We're gonna make the most out of it. We're gonna have a good time. There's some updates I think coming up for this thing too, down the road. Gizmo is the sort of interpretive layer that this airplane runs on. So this airplane is written all in Lua. Lua is the language. Or actually, I don't know if this is written in Lua. I think this is. I think the DRM and like activation stuff is all done through Gizmo. But Gizmo is this like interpretive layer where you can write planes in Lua, and then it interprets it over and runs it natively on C++ or whatever. And then it also has this whole DRM thing, which allows developers to license their airplanes and then sell them through X-Aviation and all that. It's a pain in the butt. Every time a plane has to run it, it's a pain in the butt. But that's my rant for today. I'm gonna try to be a little more positive and optimistic about this whole thing. Air Fubar, good to see you. How presumptuous or how presumptive the kiss was for me. I don't think it was. Serby Plays, good to see you, buddy. Playing Stupid, welcome aboard. SoCal Departure, welcome aboard. It's the virus that makes it all go. Data mines like a bitch. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so if you're having problems with Gizmo in this plane, just delete it. Delete Gizmo, and then reinstall the plane using the installer. And that should theoretically fix it. I mean, we're sitting here with no Gizmo error, so... I managed to fix the internet issues. Yes, Ivan, welcome aboard, sir. The internet issues required me to go reboot my router, and now it's working like a champ. So anyway, let's get this thing up in the air. We'll get flying. We can talk once we're up in the air. Ridiculous. You asked in the chat about the Discord about the Edge router. You should ask me about that when we're up in the air, and bug me to talk about it a little bit, and I'll tell you all about my thoughts on it because I think it's a great piece of equipment. Anyway, we'll start with the left side here. Left side, left panel looks good. We're in the cold, or we're in the turnaround state, so most of the switches are going to be where we want them to be. We got the APU on. Yep, APU EGT's on. APU's doing APU things. APU gens are on, so that's fantastic. On the second panel here, we'll turn ye ol' circuit breakers up. We'll turn the panel lights up. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 on the heats. We'll go, nope, we don't want those on yet. Off, off, off. We'll turn all of these guys off for now. We'll come back to those later. Recirc fans are on auto. We'll turn one pack on here on the left side. And we have the isolation valve open, which is fine. We've got pressurization left and right sides. We'll turn off the 2 engine bleeds. And our landing altitude today is going to be... Landing altitude is going to be 2,400 feet. 2,400 feet. There we go. Firehawk Sim here for 6 months. It is not 13 months, but 6 months. I have learned a lot because of the great stream. Ty, keep it going. Firehawk Sim, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers to you, my friend. I appreciate it. I'm going to run out of tea here in a second. It's decaffeinated tea, though, so it's not going to do much for me. Elswin, good to see you. RC Flyer, welcome aboard. Patitucci here for 2 months. It's Happy Freeze Day Friday, or Freezy Friday. I like Freeze Day Friday, actually. Patitucci, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers to you, my friend. I'm trying to imagine how warm and cozy it would be in the cockpit and try to ignore the cold that is everywhere else. Yeah, no kidding, man. U-Dash, welcome aboard. EU-Dash, good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday. Anyway, overhead panel looks fantastic. We'll come back to that a little bit later. I need to get some pen and paper in front of me. I have the flight plan filed. I hope. Yep, flight plan's filed. And we need to pick a frequency here. All right, so let's go plates. Close you. Edit. Close. Close. Add plate. KBFI. Airport diagram. And then go back. We're going to add the KGEG. The Zoomer 1 arrival, and we'll add the airport diagram there. Great. Clearance delivery here is 132.4, so we'll call them up first. 132.4. Let the chaos begin. Scrid, good to see you, man. Enjoyed the stream so much. Always so informative. I hope so. I do what I can. Bruce D39, welcome aboard. Live in Boston also. It's freezing. Can't wait for summer. I'll even take April at this point. I'll take March or April. I'm fine with that. Some like 30 and 40 degree days would be good too. I'm not too picky. Okay, there's nobody talking. So we are Boeing 717. And we're going to be IFR to Spokane tonight. GEG. And we don't have a departure or anything like that filed. So we'll see what he gives us.
Retard.
Wrist Ledge here for 6 months. Thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers to you, my friend. Appreciate it, buddy. Anything greater than 20 Fahrenheit? Yeah, no kidding.
On the north ramp by Charlie. 45 Delta Mike.
Okay, November 45 Delta Mike. It looks like you made a left on Mike. For future reference, don't turn onto taxiways unless we tell you to so. So you can taxi straight out on Mike. Cross runway 12.
It's so cold here, the dog is now using the toilet.
Via, Mike to the ramp.
I like it, Bob. Chuck Blandstein, welcome aboard.
On Mike, cross
good to see you.
Runway 16.
So we can go outside here. I'll be waiting for clearance. Clarence. Shirley.
Number 45 Delta Mike. It's so cross 12 and 16 on Mike, and then right turn on Alpha to the ramp.
Oh yeah. What is this place called?
Cross runway 12 and
Boeing
16 to the ramp on Alpha 45 Delta Mike.
You can do it, buddy. Boeing clearance. Good evening. Boeing 717 IFR to Spokane. Nader here, good to see you, man. Those clouds look like a layer of smog. Yeah, they're maybe not the best. The default stuff's been doing fairly well, but does leave something to be desired. Did he hear me? No. Now he should hear me. I was on the wrong microphone, which means I wasn't transmitting. Boeing clearance, Boeing 717 IFR Spokane. Should work now. We need that clearance, Clarence. Surely you can't be serious. I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. Now for the weekly game of Does the Damn Thing Work?
Tower, my apologies. I had a wrong taxi chart up.
Where we try to figure out if the damn thing works. We don't want the nav in there. I want that VHF selected. Alright. Data ref editor, show data refs. Radio. Oh dear, come on. PilotEdge. Okay, that should be fine. Boeing clearance. I just heard myself. Boeing clearance, good evening, Boeing 717 IFR to Spokane. Holy crap. Can anybody hear me?
November 0 Echo Uniform. Yeah, once you leave the airspace, you can make your announcements on the global Unicom frequency 122.75.
I just want to go flying. I don't want
to... Boeing 717.
Thank
Boeing
you.
Clearance on request, standby.
Thank you. Thank you for hearing me. Somebody, anybody out there, please listen.
November 4 Tango Mike.
It's like the freaking apocalypse here.
Mike is clear 27 Alpha 3 going to West Ramp.
I am legend, not Will Smith.
West from the Alpha, remain this frequency.
Alpha will stay with you, 4 Tango Mike.
Pilot Master, good to see you. Airplane's a very good movie. Famous last words, it should work now. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes sometimes the data refs get all kind of weirded out in these planes. They take a little bit of finagling to make work the first time. SimSal, welcome aboard and happy Friday to you, sir. Ignore ATC, taxi, and go at will. Surely there will be no repercussions if you say, well, they didn't tell me what to do. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. It's a good thought, but nah. I'm looking forward to flying out of here, though. This is a pretty sweet field when we flew in here last week. Where's a good aviation college? Oh, man, I don't know. Someplace warm. But not too warm. You know what? Best aviation college, go to Purdue. Boiler up.
Boeing 717, clearance available.
Pretty copy, 717.
Boeing 717, clear to the Spokane Airport, Nirvana 1 departure. Red vector stay done, then as filed. Maintain 2000, squawk 5712.
Retard.
Go to the Spokane Airport, Nevada 1 departure, Zadon as filed, 2000 on departure, squawk 5712, Boeing 717.
Boeing 717, read that correct.
Okay. That's easy enough. Bubble Matuna here for 5 months. Love your streams. Keep great entertainment, like trying to contact ATC. Sometimes it's the most interesting part of the night. Bubble Matuna, thank you very much for your continued support. Happy Friday to you, sir. Cheers. Declare an emergency takeoff. We gotta get out of here. This guy is going crazy, man. We gotta go. Cajun Cacti, happy Friday. Good to see you. Picked a hell of a time to stop sniffing glue. Maverick, welcome aboard.
57580.
It's always a good day when the only interesting thing we have to do is make airplane quotes all night. I'm gonna make it daytime though. That's one change we'll throw in here. Let's go a little earlier in the day. There we go. I don't want to fly in the dark tonight. All right. Anyway, so we were cleared on the Nirvana 1 departure to Zato, and that's almost what we filed. So we'll go with that. Or Zadon, I should say. Yeah. All right. Let's get this. So let's get people fuel loaded in here. Go to ground services, and according to SimBrief, we're going to be at 14,589 pounds. Right there's good. Instant. And we are looking for a zero fuel weight of 91.7. There's apparently a full load of people flying from Boeing to Spokane. Actually, only 75. 91.7. Good there. Okay. That's going to give us... yeah, that's good. All that stays default. Fantastic. We'll just kind of throw that over to the side. You know what? Actually, we'll just close it for now. We'll come back to that in a second. Route page. We will go from KBFI. No, I don't want tips. Why are you showing me pictures of antiviruses? The only thing antivirus is going to do is say, hey, Gizmo, that Gizmo thing, I think it looks suspicious. KBFI out to KGEG. Right there. We'll go to the departing page, departing from KBFI. We're going to plan for 1-4 right, Nirvana 1, and we'll okay, that's good there. And then we'll go to the route page, activate that, vectors to Zadon, Z-A-D-O-N, Z-A-D-O-N. And from Zadon, we're going to head to Zelak, Z-E-L-A-K. From Zelak, we're heading to Zeron. Holy crap, really? I-R-A-N. And from Zeron, we're going to go to Zoomer. I'm noticing a trend here. I can't quite place it, but there's something about these fixes very, very, very familiar. 8-bit, excuse me, 8-bit 5. Thanks for the bits, man. Cheers. Now dinner's coming up. What else can go wrong tonight? Stay tuned and find out. We're going to KGEG. We're going to plan for... I think runway 3. GEG, the weather is 0606. We're going to plan for ILS runway 3. Zoomer 1 from no transition. And if I look at the Zoomer 1 chart, do any of these fixes show up on the chart? Probably not. No, they do not. So we'll just leave that alone. All right. Good, good, good. Go to legs page, look for discontinuities. No, no, no. Fantastic. They're loading the Zoomer to gangs. This is like the most worthless flight plan ever. But we're going to make it work, damn it. Clever fixes, yes. All right, now we go to the InterRef page. And we'll go to ground services. Our gross weight is 106.3. 6.3. And our reserves today are going to be 4.6. Cost index is 5, because why would we ever want to get there? And we're flying at 27,000 feet. Not 2,700, 27,000. Transition altitude's 18. Good, good, good. Everything else don't care about. Because the VNAV is crap anyway. D-rate to 45. Good there. Takeoff, flaps 5. Fantastic. The CG is 22. Trim is going to be 3.4. So we'll set the trim. 3.4. About right there. And V1 125, V-rotate 127, V2 137. Everything else looks fantastic. All right. So that is our FMC. We've got our nav. We've got our performance data. We'll come up here to the glare shield. Let's brief this departure real quick. The RC Master, good to see you. Peter Hoover, welcome aboard. Blues Master, happy Friday. Private School, welcome aboard. Jambassy, welcome aboard. Anybody else I've missed? Hello. We'll get to you soon. Somebody's dog is barking outside. He's saying, "You idiot, it's cold out." Okay, so let's brief this departure. This is for flight, for everybody who asks, because every week somebody asks. Okay, so the Nirvana 1 departure for runway 14 right says depart heading 135 until 700 feet, direct to the Nirvana intersection. After the Nirvana intersection, remain on heading 135, vectors to Addons. Top altitude here is going to be 2,000 feet, and departure is 119.2. So we just flying straight out. No big deal. Cool. Put that away. So we're going to do speed is going to be V2 plus 15. So the initial speed will be 152. I can math. I promise. Turn flight director on. The initial heading is going to be 135. 135. We're going to the 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet. And I will start with vertical speed mode. I will start with LNAV. Nope, heading select, I guess. And everything else can stay right where it's at. Okay, that's good. Move on down and set the transponder, which is right here. Beacon code's 5712, 5712. TAR is good. You're on. You're on. Okay. So we've set our FMC up. We got our LNAV. We got our perf up. We got our glare shield set. We got our transponder set. A couple more miscellaneous things to do here. Let's put this into map mode and push the traffic button. Nope. Yep, push the traffic button and zoom it out just a touch here. I'm just setting them. You guys can actually see that. I'm just setting this map right here. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's all good. Okay, that's all we got to do. So let's get the sucker fired up and go fly. Logo light don't work because I got... Yeah, we got winglets. Because we always have winglets, even if the airline doesn't run the winglets. We got winglets today. Position lights on. Strobe lights off. Anti-collision lights can come on. Wing lights can stay off. Wheel wells off. And everything else looks fantastic except for the pack we can turn off. We got more than 35 PSI. That's good. So we'll go ahead and start engine number 2. How do I start engine number 2? That's it right here. Over to ground. Okay, into. %, give it gas. A little bit of that immersion right there. Okay, that's one good engine. Well, almost. It's still coming up. Grawl Adler, welcome aboard. The app is called 4Flight. You can also get 4Flight. You can get 4Flight for like 75, 80 bucks a year if you go with their lowest tier. And yeah, we derate to save fuel and wear and tear on the engine. Okay, that's one good engine. Let's make it 2. Second pack on here. Start engine number 1. You got into rotation. That sound I'm not so sure about, but we'll let it pass. For the most part, this plane sounds pretty good. It's got a few sounds here and there that are kind of like, maybe not so much. And there goes 2 good engines. All right, overhead panel now. We can go. Gen's both on. APU bleed, or APU gen is off. Got low pressure there. We'll fix that in a second. Pitot heat, static heat can come on. We can now turn on all our hydraulics, which gets rid of those lights. Turn on the left bleed, or left bleed. Turn off the APU bleed. Put the left pack on auto. Put the right pack on auto. JP Hughes 999 here for 3 months. Happy New Year's. Catching a Friday stream is rare for me. JP Hughes, good to see you, man. Happy Friday, and thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers. Padawan, good to see you. Welcome aboard. Chazers17, welcome aboard. Is IXEG 737 worth the $75? I would say watch the stream and make your own judgment. I don't talk about whether things are worth that, like worth money or not. Because I did pay for this one, and I'm very happy with my $75 purchase. Most of the time, I'm not paying for these airplanes, and financial situations are all very, very different depending on who you talk to. So $75 for me is probably very, very different than $75 for you or somebody else. 29er, 69er. If you are in college or you are in high school and you are trying to pay for these airplanes, you might say, gee, Ty, $75 is a lot of money. I am out of college working a professional job, and I can say, gee, Ty, $75? I can afford that. So I think it's worth it for me, but your mileage may vary. Okay, both our engines are on. Let us set the flaps. Oops, that's not flaps. How do I airplane? Mr. Servants, good to see you, Ian. Happy Friday, sir. You can do most of your flight planning with SkyVector. I used SkyVector all the way up until I started using ForeFlight. And the main reason I'm using ForeFlight is because is simply because I use ForeFlight in the real world. Is good stuff. Okay, so we're at the northwest ramp. We're going to be near Bravo 3 for the departure here. So we'll get you. All the turn-off lights are on. Good. Let's do a flight control check. Let's make sure they look good. The right rudder's good. The left rudder's good. The left aileron. The right aileron. Full back. Full forward. Great. All right, let's go flying. Even the SSG, I don't like it at all. Yeah, I like the SSG 747, but it's not for everybody. My preference is to show you an airplane, okay, to fly it to the best of my abilities. We're going to make mistakes. Things are going to happen, but you're going to see it get flown in a very, very, very real, non-synthetic environment. I've done a lot of research into flying the various planes. However, I fly so many different airplanes that sometimes things fall through the cracks. So my goal is to show you my goal is to show you these products as realistic as I can and let you make a decision as to whether or not you think it's worth the money. That's my general philosophy on this stuff. So when I say like stick around for the next hour or so and a couple hours and see what you think, like I genuinely mean that. Because I'm going to talk about the fact that like the VNAV is crap and don't use it. And maybe someday we'll get a good one. Shill Show, welcome aboard. Padawan, good to see you. FS Pilot 214, welcome aboard. SimSow, I said hello to you already, but hello again. And GSA or Nuthouse. Yeah. Pichu Desu, welcome aboard. Florida Cowboy, happy Friday. Can you actually see the map in the PFD because the text is pretty small for us? Yeah, I can see it. I can see that. I can see the. Yes, I can read it from here. Remember, I'm on a 32-inch monitor, so things are a bit different. Plus, it's also like with artifacting and all that stuff that's going to happen with video encoding. Like if you made it full screen on a 32-inch monitor, you could probably see it too. Vegas Flyer here for 8 months. He says, love Fridays. Are you able to drop by? Vegas Flyer, we love Fridays where you're able to drop by as well. Cheers, my friend. Thank you very much for your continued support. Jonathan Cordova, good to see you, buddy. How you doing? Happy Friday. Haven't seen you around for a while. Fast Joe Testarossa, happy Friday. Chaz Watkins, good to see you. Have you noticed that ForeFlight cuts the estimated flight time a bit short when flying flight plans with flight services? I noticed it always takes me a bit longer than what ForeFlight calculated. Dude, ForeFlight has been bang on for me every time most every time I've used it. So I would check your performance information and make sure that you actually have the right true airspeed for the airplane that you're flying. Because if you don't have the right true airspeed configured in ForeFlight, then it's not going to work. Like it relies on that true speed to figure out how fast you're going to go and how fast it's going to take you to get there. Okay, ground point niner. Make AJ very happy. Ground point niner. And Boeing Tower all IFR is 120.6. 20.6. Okay. Boeing ground, Boeing 717 is ramped near Bravo 3, northwest side, ready for taxi. And we have the weather.
Boeing 717, Boeing ground ready 14 right, taxi via Bravo.
14 right via Bravo, Boeing 717. All right. My favorite sounds in all of Flight Sim are right here in this plane. Go to the right, go to the left. Plane seems like I think this plane got a little sticky though since the latest version came out. There we go. We'll get her moving though. It's 14s now. The runway numbers changed. I think I saw the runway numbers changed at Boeing back in September.
65,
like August or September.
Information Sierra, ready for taxi.
Is that Torb? I think the runway numbers changed back in September. That's what we're going to go with, at least. I'm standing by it, damn it. Didn't you fly this plane with this livery during the Oshkosh Air Show? I probably did, yeah. I think I did. Yeah, actually, I think I took it out to Oshkosh. Yeah, we're not allowed to distribute the, or most of the ortho, I should say. Not all of it, most of it, though. What do I use for my rudders? I have Cytec Combat rudder pedals. I would recommend the Thrustmaster rudder pedals, personally. But I've had my pedals for like 3 or 4 years now, and they just don't use, they don't get enough use for me to really justify buying a new pair. I'd rather buy some new controls, to be honest.
Demo Brown, United 465, ready for taxi, Bravo November, information Sierra.
Okay, 20.6, and then departure's 19.2. Good.
United 465, demo ground, runway 34 right.
Takeoff spray is going to be pretty good, yeah. I'll get some outside views going. Yeah, BFI without, it doesn't snow.
Runway 34 right,
it doesn't snow in Seattle, does it?
1, United 465.
Boeing Tower, Boeing 717, holding short 14 right.
Boeing 717, Boeing Tower, runway 14 right, go for takeoff.
Go for takeoff, 14 right, Boeing 717. All right, lights. Good. Camera. Good, good. Action. Flaps. Auto brakes. Speed brakes, don't have to worry about those. Ignitions. We're good. Clear to the left. Clear to the right. One 4 right is identified. It's like I have my smoke on. No, that's the spray off the jet. That's because it's raining. All right, let's go flying.
Retard.
I know, right? Flyboy F-717. Thanks for 9 months. You missed the timing just a little bit. Here we go. Engines up. Stable. Power set. $80. V1 VR. positive rate.
Denver Tower, United 465, full short runway 34 right, ready for takeoff.
United 465, Denver Tower, wind 080 at 18, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
34 right, cleared for takeoff, United 465.
That's all there is to it. .200 knots speed limit below the Bravo, which we are. So let's punch that in.
Boeing 717, Phoenix Seattle departure.
Departure 717. We'll see it. All right, let's put the autopilot on. Seattle departure, Boeing 717, 1,500, climbing 2,000.
Boeing 717, Seattle departure, radar contact.
So we can only go to 2,000 feet right now. 2,000 feet puts us in the Bravo, but soon puts us below the Bravo.
717, call and maintain 15,000.
15,000, Boeing 717. To 15,000 feet now. We'll put it in level change at 200. Until I get above 3,000 feet, I'm not going to accelerate above 200, though.
United 465, connect departure.
Turn you off and leave the igniters on because we're in the soup. Outside, ooh, you know what? Temperature we may need to care about. I don't even know what the outside... does this thing have a temperature gauge on it? It certainly
United
does.
465, Denver departure, radar contact, call maintain for level 230.
I don't know if it does.
Boeing 717, proceed direct Z, down resume navigation.
Direct Zadon, oh nav, 717. Alright, so let's do make you bigger. We'll turn ourselves towards Zadon, so we'll go to heading select mode. Make a big sweeping left turn here. I'm just gonna wait till we make this turn to make my speed adjustment. There's no reason to speed up and make the turn any bigger than it has to be. Elevator trim is the noise. Oh, super high-tech avionics. I know, man. This plane's so good. All right, so there's Zadon. So we come down here to legs. We'll grab Zadon. We'll go direct to the top there. Execute that. And we'll put ourselves into LNAV mode. Now we can go to VNAV.
For Tango Zulu, advise you have northwind weather, say approach request.
Plane should nose itself down, accelerate up to 250 knots. After takeoff, gears up, lights out. Turn gear off. There we go.
Number 6 for Tango Zulu, roger, expect that.
Flaps are in, indicated. Lights are all set. Turn the auto brake off. And we'll leave the igniters on until we're clear of some of this soup here. I am concerned about freezing, though, so I'm going to preemptively turn the anti-ice on. So we'll turn the engine and the wing anti-ice on. It's going to lose a little bit of power doing that, but that's okay. There has to be an outside temperature gauge on here somewhere. Your temperature's above the engine gauges. Thank you. Yep. Okay. Total air temperature, true air temperature. TAT is 7 Celsius. So we're just going to leave it on until we get through the clouds. Thank you for pointing that out. I know you pointed it out a second ago and I missed it. And I just spilled water all over my joystick. Great. What else can possibly go wrong? Actually, it's been pretty uneventful so far, aside from that bit of a false start there. Dude, this breakout's going to be awesome. Yeah, this is going to be good. Here it comes.
November 6-4, tankers will proceed rank my 2.
Oh.
Boeing 717, contact Seattle Center 126.1.
26.1, 717. Yeah, but we're too busy looking at the clouds right now. That was nice. Get out of the soup. We'll go ahead and turn the anti-ice off. Seattle Center, Boeing 717, 10,200, climbing 15,000.
Boeing 717, Seattle Center, climbing the level 270.
Level 270, Boeing 717. 270. A little louder than that. We'll find the right altitude. We'll find the right volume here in a second. No beer tonight. No. We're taking a break. I had a little too many adult cocktails over the holiday, so I'm taking a break till New Year's, and then I'm taking a break till like March. Let's just say I was in really, really bad shape on Wednesday and barely left bed all day. Stock clouds and weather. That's correct. 90 Bone, good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Quitter, I know, right? Hang on. I've done this for a while.
Number 3023 Kilo, Denver Center, Roger, light drift altimeter.
I'll take it. How did you get the wing view on the IXEG? I cheated. I think you can get back here now, can't you? Yeah, so you can open the door and go back in the fuselage now. Or back in the cabin, I should say. So you can set the wing view up pretty easily. You used to have to do tricks and whatnot, but now it works like it's like you would expect. Just one beer, what could go wrong? Yeah, I just don't feel like it right now, to be honest. Weather's going to refresh. That's where X-Plane weather does fail a little bit. You climb out the... Yeah, I used to be able to climb out the window, I think. Window won't open when we're in flight, though.
Potential aircraft. Hazardous weather information segment Victor 4 for Colorado at valid till 03250. Concerning areas of occasional severe turbulence. More information available from Iowa.
Severe turbulence in Colorado. We're not heading down there, though. Yeah, as of like 1.2, I think you can open the door. It's definitely been a new thing. I always set my wing views up inside the cabin, makes me feel like a passenger. I do that once in a while, but I don't know. I like to just be able to see. I like to be able to just see a wing. Like sometimes if I want to see a wing, I just want to see a wing. Mr. Bellens, happy Friday, dude. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Matt has announced his new streaming and YouTube schedule for 2018. The pool starts now. Chili Willies, welcome aboard. Good to see you guys tonight, though. We are flying out of Boeing Field, heading up to Spokane for the evening, and flying to the IXEG 737. Been a while since I've been in this sucker. It's pretty good. I noticed the when I was looking through the last time I flew this thing was when I passed my PPL, or the day before I got my PPL. So it's been a bit of time since I flew it. Every time I fly this, I have the exact same reaction. Like, man, this plane's real good. I should fly this more often. There's transitions. Let's go 2902. We'll go ahead and shut the lights off. Boom, 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 boom. Now we can take the igniters off. We're good to go. clouds sitting between the mountains. I know, dude. It looks real nice. That's one of my favorite parts about flying out of this area, is that you get some cool views like that. Like, yeah, okay, maybe it's not super realistic, but I don't know. It still looks pretty neat. Oh, not YouTube. Okay. I thought you said you're doing more stuff for YouTube. Announced your Twitch schedule at the very least. I did have a good Christmas, Mr. Will. It was busy, but it was a good Christmas. King Michael III, good to see you. Love how my internet is letting me watch catstrator right now. Glad to hear, dude. Welcome aboard. Bravo 11A here for 2 months. Bravo 11A, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers to you, my friend. Sharks fan, happy Friday. I've also removed Xenviro and gone back to default weather. Yeah, I don't know, man. Xenviro just wasn't doing it for me. Like, I felt like the winds aloft were really inaccurate compared to the forecasts.
Roger, you don't have to pass yet. You're within radar coverage.
I just was not happy with the... I wasn't super happy with it. I don't know. So yeah, I'm back to stock, and I'm quite liking it. Ernie the Cat, good to see you. Getting back into YouTube slowly. It just takes so long to record and edit on top of streaming and programming. Yeah, dude, I don't know how you could do all that stuff together. I spent the entire afternoon actually working on a project for Max. Oh man. I gotta show you guys. So I'm working on Max's Vegas video, and it's gonna be really cool. I'm with you though. I only have time to do some occasional like lightly edited stuff for YouTube, and then yeah, and then some other stuff that I have other reasons for doing most of my edited videos. Did I get any special gifts or food? We ate nothing but food, man. As far as gifts, not really. Like my family doesn't really do a lot of gifts. We just kind of take it easy. So this is actually almost done. Why is it media pending? Let's see here. There's the Vegas Strip. There's Las Vegas. That pretty much sums up this entire flight. All I'm working on doing right now is getting this map down here working, and then I'll just a few finishing touches and we'll put the video out. But dude, this thing was pretty awesome to put together. Like they had some really cool sights. And when that goes out, I'll drop a link in chat and whatnot. But let's see, my favorite shot was right here, Nellis Air Force Base, and then Las Vegas Speedway here. They had a really cool flight going out there though. Him and John fly, and that's what I've been doing all day today, is working on putting that together. So it's been good. But yeah, I'm kind of with you, man. Like I do video editing all day at work now, and then I do it on the side for some people, and I just don't have the time or the energy to do it for myself anymore. I should have never made all the fancy overlays. Can Flyer, good to see you, man. What would be a good reason to purchase the IXEG when the Zibo is so good? Because I don't know, man. I haven't flown the Zibo all that much. Like, I think this is a really good airplane. And I don't know. I haven't flown Zibo all that much. I wouldn't be the right person to talk to talk about like what's better and what's worse. How did you get the cloud render distance so far? Have my X-Plane settings maxed out and clouds do not go to the horizons, so I see them render in. Well, they'll render, so I'll have them, if I change the weather, the clouds will render in. So they disappear for a second, it downloads the weather and it puts them back in. But as far as going all the way out to the horizon, it's just a matter of having the right weather loaded in, I think. Max, good to see you, buddy. Welcome aboard, sir. I was just showing off your... Did you just see the pet project? I'm guessing you did. We got some good stuff coming in that video, though. It's gonna be neat. Let's see here. Some people haven't had Zibos, like Zibo, run that well. I don't know. Like this plane's pretty well polished, with the exception of the VNAV. But I also owned this thing long before the Zibo came out, so that in itself is kind of a selling point. It's good to see you, by the way, Max. How was Christmas? What'd you receive? Christmas is good, dude. Yeah. I got a couple of hangovers. I got fatter, and that's pretty much it. Like, we had a good time, lots of good laughs. We had a few gatherings here at the house, a number of people over the course of the weekend, and we went over to a few other people's homes, and it was just it was a good time. As far as gifts go, like I said, we don't really do a lot in the way of gifts. Like, my wife and I exchanged a stocking, and she got me Planes, Trains, and Automobiles on Blu-ray, and a few other little knickknacks, and I got her cat socks and little kitty cat cup holders and a couple other things. So it was yeah, it was a good time. It was fun. It was a good holiday. I like Christmas. Christmas is fun. The problem with Christmas is that it's just like nonstop. You know, like today was kind of my first, off day where I haven't had to go see anybody, and I spent it working all day. So I'm a masochist like that. And then here we are. But yeah, so I've had the whole week off, which has been nice. It's been a good weekend. Legit about to launch this Mac out of the window. My H key keeps double pressing. Oh no. Where's the best place in Mass to get my PPL? Says Bruce D39. Ah, dude, go to Lawrence. Go to the Eagle East flight. Go to Eagle East Aviation up in Lawrence. That's where I did my PPL. I think they're awesome. I think Eagle East is fantastic. But most of the flight schools around here are really good. You've got Aviair up at Beverly. You've got Beverly Flight School up in Beverly. That are I've heard good things about Aviair. I'm indifferent as to Beverly Flight School. Like, I did a discovery flight with them and didn't. I don't know. I was just indifferent to the whole thing. But their planes are good and whatnot. But I did my training up in Eagle East and loved it. Honestly, if it's something you think you seriously want to do, you should get in touch with me, because I'm also a member of a flight club, a flying club that can get you a pretty good rate on a decent enough airplane for VFR flying. So if you just send me an email if you want to chat, I'd be more than happy to talk to you. I'd be more than happy to talk to you too about any of the flight schools, or hell, if you want to go for a flight sometime, send me a message, like whatever. If you're in the Boston area, I'm more than happy to chat. I need more airplane buddies around here. More people to get their PPL so that when I start my instrument ticket, I can have safety pilots. 777 pilot, good to see you, buddy. Smile Complicated, welcome aboard. Rudyism, happy holidays to you as well, sir. Hope you're doing well. Have you tried the RG mod? I have not. Fueler 777, welcome aboard. Etai, good to see you, man. How you doing, what, Etai? Happy holidays to you as well, sir. Are you in the U.S. right now, or are you overseas? It's a very miserable place here in the Northeast. Very cold. You don't suppose you know how a PPL UK transfers to a USA PPL? I do not. I think if you're coming to the US with a PPL, you have to go through...
Southbound discretion, maintain 13,000, Spokane altimeter 2989er.
13,000, my discretion, 717. We're starting down now. I know that there's a little extra training that you have to go through in the US to transfer your PPL, because night flying is part of our curriculum. So I can actually go fly at night with a US PPL, but I don't know the specifics beyond that. You'll probably have to take the written test. You'll probably have to work with the CFI, and after that, like, as long as you meet the hour requirements, you'll probably be okay. All right, 13,000. We'll go vertical speed. We'll start heading down. Let's go 1,800 feet per minute for now. You might, I don't even know where you'd post that. Like, you might have somebody post that on Reddit, to be honest. Reddit's going to probably be a good source of information for that. Got a cold for Christmas. That's a bummer. Bruce D39. My email's down below. It's host@catstrator.live, but it's down below the Twitch stuff. It's also on my YouTube page. Host@catstrator.live though. Dogs3447, hello from Boston. Good to see you. Etai's in the U.S., but in Florida. Lucky you. You live in Florida now. Oh, no kidding. Oh, congratulations, man. How are my flights going? Pretty well. So I went to the airport on Christmas Eve to go flying, and this is the time when I get to share some pictures. I went to go flying on Christmas Eve, and this is what greeted me. It was a plane covered in ice, a cowling covered in ice, a plane that was completely covered in ice, and a half-an-inch thick layer of ice on pretty much the entire plane. Yes, I could have put the plane, and that was all the food that we had for Christmas. I could have put the airplane in the hangar for an hour, and it probably would have knocked the ice right off, but I didn't have that kind of time. So the only day I could have gone flying this week was really just Saturday or Sunday. Sorry, I was gonna take my nephew, my niece, nephew, and my brother-in-law up too. So I was kind of bummed that we didn't get to go. But yeah, that was kind of too bad. But that's the only day I was gonna go flying, and at this point I think it's gonna be at least a couple weeks before I get up in the air, because it's too damn cold and the heat doesn't work in the plane right now. So hopefully mid January or something we can get back up and do some traveling and whatnot. But Bellins and Reddit does not mix. Fair enough, dude. DB Vetter, good to see you. But yeah, so that's I've got 60. I think somebody asked earlier. I have about 65, 66 hours right now, and I'm 20 hours I think cross country, PIC cross country. So that's a thing that's happening. And yeah, just slowly but surely working my way up. But all I want to do is get to the point where I get my instant rating. We'll go from there. It feels like Alaska and New York. That it does. Show your logbook endorsement. Get a written letter from your CFII. Take a written exam. I believe the normal 10-hour is dual time. Had a friend who came here from France. You probably still have to do some night flying, Max. Would be my guess. But yeah, I don't imagine it's gonna be that difficult. Matt, 1997 Air, good to see you. My Christmas was fantastic. Very busy, lots of food, lots of booze. The usual. Hope you guys did well. Hope you guys had a good Christmas too. Or a good holiday, non-denominational winter festival, I should say. So we could try not to offend anybody. All right. Look at this. Spokane weather. Wind 0606 knot, half-mile visibility, freezing rain. Mist, overcast 200, -1, is real bad. Surface visibility 1.5 miles. I like it. So we might actually get some crap weather coming in here. I want the altimeter setting, though, is what I'm looking for. Altimeter is 29er 89er. Write that sucker down. So we need that in a moment. Going to Mexico on Tuesday. That was one of my gifts. Sweet. Mexico's going to be a lot nicer than here.
Retard.
Resurgence TV. Welcome to Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers. Appreciate it. GI suck. Good to see you. Get somebody to do safety pilot to build instrument PIC total time with reduced cost. Yeah. I'm doing. I'm not really worried about getting my instrument in the minimum number of hours. But I am going to be looking for a safety pilot at some point for doing stuff. But I'm probably not going to deal with any of that until a little bit further down the road, like April or May. I want to get my written knocked out before I really do any sort of proper instrument flying. So that's going to be on the docket for the January and February cold months. And then once we get through all that, I'll look at getting a safety pilot or two in the wings and get some time going. Actually, supposed to be heading to I'll just do 275.
Boeing 717 connect. Connect Spokane approach 123.75.
2375, Boeing 717. Should be about due for a shift change. Spokane approach, Boeing 717, 17,100, descending 13,000. We got the Spokane weather.
Boeing 717 Spokane approach, expect ILS runway 3 approach, descend and maintain 5,000.
Down to 5,000, we'll expect that, Boeing 717. Okay, 5,000. And we'll expect the ILS runway 3, so let's brief that real quick. We'll get that all. It's already plugged in, I should say, so we'll just have to brief it and know what to expect here. It's Cat 3 approach, good. KVILS runway 3 approach into Spokane says, tune into 111.1. Going to be an approach course of 029er. The touchdown elevation is going to be 2,385 feet. We're going to be expecting vectors on this approach. We're not going to be flying a full approach at all. Boy, we almost could, to be honest. There's a Zoocac intersection here we might be able to grab, but we'll be expecting vectors once we get in. We're going to fly this as a Cat 3 approach. We're going to couple both autopilots in and go for our land 3 green and bring it all the way down to RVR 7. It looks like we can go to RVR 700.
Flighting 080.
080 717. And I don't know how to actually do an IFR briefing, so don't judge me. In the event of a missed approach, climb 2,900, make a left turn to 4,200 feet, head to the GEG intersection and hold there. Or the GEG VOR, I should say. And yeah, we're good. I can deal with that. So let's get this sucker tuned up and ready to go. Nav is going to be 111.1. Yeah, 111.1. Okay, good, good. And the courses are both going to be 029er. Good there. And we'll go ahead and pop our lights back on. And I don't know, fasten seatbelt signs can go on. I guess we should have turned them on when we left, but we didn't. It happens. Oh, man.
And remember, 4 Tango Zulu, descend to maintain 5,000.
Spam! What did this grill do? I guess I need more mods at some point. Usually done before starting descent. Ah? Arm auto brakes. Oh yeah, we can do that too. I usually get to those when we go to get closer to final. Captain Mudini, good to see you. Am I late or not too late? You're just in time for the first arrival. We are descending our way down into Spokane Airport, and we're looking at pretty low ceilings. It's gonna be a gnarly little approach going in there. Jeffrey Kempel 123, good to see you, man. Here for the first time. Happy Friday. Virus inbound. Oops. Vince K.I. Star Wars fan. Vinsky Star Wars fan. We'll go with that. Happy Friday. Good to see you. Came since Jeff Fabiano says, well, welcome aboard. Oh, crap. Slow down. You're right. I'm all too busy talking, man.
Boeing 717, turn left heading 06, intercept runway 3, localizer.
060, intercept runway 3, localizer, Boeing 717. Okay, let's get the crap out here. Dirty the plane up, pull the speed back. And we will go to...
Remember, 24, Tango Mike, Yankee McLaren.
You are loc mode. Bring you over to localizer. Keep on heading down. I don't think I realized we were that close. Yeah, we're like 20 miles away, man. Oops. Thanks for the heads up, though. 230, flaps 1, flaps 2. So we can go 2 notches of flaps. We'll just keep that speed coming back.
Boeing 717, 13 miles from card, descend, maintain 4,000 till stops, localize to cleared ILS runway 3 approach.
4,000 till established, cleared ILS runway 3 approach, Boeing 717. Okay, Spokane Tower is 118.3. I was completely like not paying attention, and I was actually caught off guard by how close we are to this thing.
Q4 Tango Mike, cleared
okay, VOR's
CDC Airport,
VOR's intercepted.
PAPS transition, then as found, maintain 900,000. Squawk 1575.
And flaps are 5. Next notch of
For
flaps,
Takeoff,
10's under
Mike,
210, which we can do. And go to 15. Didn't do any of the perf stuff. It's all right though. 4126. Down, down, down we go. Trying to get this thing as dirty as I can. Over the tower, Boeing 717. I think this is going to be a very optimistic. But we'll see what happens. Oh no, I got movement on the glide slope there. Maybe. We're picking up as much ice as you can possibly grab on this approach. All the ice is coming onto the plane. But the good news is we're about to grab the glide slope. Spokane Tower, Boeing 717, ILS runway 3.
Boeing 717, Spokane Tower, runway 3, clear to land, advise when you break up.
Clear to land, runway 3, will advise, 717. Why am I only one channel? You should have it on both sides.
25.
Is the flight director on over there? I have no idea. All these things that we should have done. But hey, you know what? Who cares? We made it. All right, gears down, 3 green. Flaps are down and indicated. Speed brake is armed. Auto brake is set. We are on the glide slope. Currently, I don't even know how far we are. 7 miles, it looks like. May have been a little bit aggressive in getting down, but that's okay. Is the DI still on? It is now. Vomit comet away. Idle guns, good to see you. Landing lights are on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Go to tower view. You can see some lights up there. Add a little bit to the speed here.
Yakima ground, Vision Jet 24 Tango Mike's on the west
All
ramp
decision height
with
50.
information. Echo, taxi.
Number 24 Tango Mike, Yakima ground 7. Number 210 Echo uniform, radar service terminated. Change to inward communications approved.
Okay, I think we're doing all right still. Still got the autopilot in. As soon as we get down, I'll take over.
210 Echo uniform, radar service terminated. Contact San Francisco airing.
Vladdy Vendetta, welcome aboard. Good to see you. Thanks for the good words. Blind Fox, welcome aboard. Tech Claw. Oh yeah, that's a little Tech Claw. Too much talking, man. I don't know. I got real excited there.
24 Tango Mike.
That's
runway
cool.
27 taxi by Alpha, cross runway 22.
Runway 27 via Alpha Cross 22 for Tango Mike.
Okay, 1,000 above.
210 Echo uniform, Oakland Center.
Let's go ahead and take over. No, I want my flight director, though. Okay, I don't get a flight director. There we go.
465, number setting out. 465, contact Albuquerque Center 1, actually descend now, maintain follow 300 and contact Albuquerque Center 120.95.
This is gnarly.
2095, 120.95.
Got it. 2,800 feet.
Minimum.
Continue landing.
Number 377, Kilo, Quebec. Salt Lake Center, squawk 7244, maintain VFR.
Minimum. 30, 20, 10.
Okay, reverser's out. Decel. Manual braking.
For Tango Zulu, Roger. Yeah, for
That was cool.
If you can hear me,
That was really cool.
To my frequency, let's go 128.37. Go back to Denver Center, 128.37.
All right, Alpha 3. Broke out at 2,800.
Yakima Tower 24, Tango Michael, short 27.
We're 24 Tango Mike, Yakima Tower, runway 27, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff 27, 4 Tango Mike.
Spokane Tower, Boeing 717s, clear Alpha 3 for the terminal, and we broke out at 2,800.
Boeing 717, thanks for the power up, kind of ground.
Over to ground, 717. Ground point 9er. So yeah, fly to Spokane tonight if you're on PilotEdge. Or even if you're not on PilotEdge, fly to Spokane.
We're 7 Kilo, Quebec, radar contact, 27 miles northwest of the Boise Airport, say altitude.
By turning
We're 7
anti-ice
Kilo,
off.
Quebec, roger, cleared to the Boeing Field Airport, Addons Used. One maintain 10,000, Boise altimeter 3004.
Not bad, not bad. Spokane ground, Boeing 717s, Alpha 3 for the terminal.
Boeing 717, Spokane ground, roger, taxi via Alpha 3 Alpha to the ramp.
Alpha 3 Alpha to the ramp, Boeing 717. We'll see you in a few. Already falling asleep. All right, man. Have a good night.
United,
We'll definitely check the replay out on that one. And done sober. I know, man.
132.8, 32.8.
I can land a plane without beer. I promise. That was fun. That wasn't that bad of a float. I mean, we brought the ILS in, so we were gonna be we were already gonna be like 1,000 feet down the runway.
465 Albuquerque Center, roger. That's how to maintain level 280.
Aggressive throttling. Well, we got places to be, man. Places to be, things to see.
We're 4 Tango Mike, contact Chinook departure.
Over to departure, 4 Tango Mike.
All right. Yeah. Welcome to Spokane. All right, so let's come. I'm just gonna leave the engines on for this. We'll just go look at the replay because I want to see that one again because that was really fun. Okay, off PilotEdge, hit R, bring you back. That's not Spokane. It's a speck of something on my monitor. Okay. There we go. She looks so majestic coming in. I could take a shower in that spray, yeah, and then some, right? Just kick her back a bit. Maybe a little bit of a float, but I was okay with that. We landed in the touchdown zone. That's all that matters. Kind of well inside the touchdown zone. Yeah, we still have plenty of room to spare. It's at 2,000 feet. Not bad, not bad. Oh, man.
Retard.
I couldn't agree more. The spray kind of ruins it. That's all right, though. One more. One more because I can. Chevy Rule 727 here for 12 months. Chevy says provide ice cream for the float. Yeah, right, man. You're one to talk. Chevy, thanks for the 12 months, buddy. I really appreciate it. Oh yeah. I'll take it, dude. I'll take it. All right, let's go replay mode off. And we're going to come back in here and go to grab preferences. Nope, not preferences. Pre-flight. And put this in turnaround state. Hit apply. It'll reset the plane. Please don't show me tips. I don't want to. No, no tips. No tips. All right. That was good. That was actually pretty quick. We might have to add another flight to the plan tonight if it's going to be like that tonight. How many times can I say tonight and one tonight, tonight, tonight? Huh? Tonight? Fats and Fire, good to see you. Bruce D39, looking forward to hearing more about obtaining a PPL. I sent you an email. Appreciate it very much. Bruce D, thank you very much for the money. Very much for the tip. Well, the money, too. Cheers, my friend. I really appreciate it. Tonight. All right. I'm going to take a quick break. Rest my vocal cords. Get some more water. Say hi to my wife. Boondock77 just got here. And he's disappointed now because we're going to step away for 5 minutes or so. To anybody who's taken off, thank you very much for joining me tonight. Anybody who's sticking around, we'll see you here in a few more minutes. And we're going to be doing the next leg from Spokane out to Seattle. And if things keep going the way that they're going, we may add another leg tonight. Head down to Portland or something. All right. Let's do this. Be right back. Actually, let me turn my transponder off. Oh, it's already off anyway. Cool. Be right back.
For 377 Kilo Quebec.
All right. Check out one more thing here. Thank you all for sticking around. Really appreciate it. It's a good night. A lot of people, man, a lot of people streaming tonight too. Holy crap. I'm so thirsty. My wife made pizza, and it was delicious, but it was a little bit on the salty side. It's very good, though. All right. It's good there, good there, good there, good there. Okay, check. Oh, yeah, I want to get 4-flight. Let me get 4-flight set up here real quick, and then we will boogie. Let Simbrief do all my flight planning for me, because I'm lazy. So we are KGEG, not HEG, GEG. Heading to, come on, KSEA, KSEA. Procedure, arrival, and Glacier 1. And Temple 1. There we go. And to route. Procedures, approach. We will plan for probably the ILS 16 center. There is no ILS on 16 center. Oh, there is. I was going to say. We'll just assume vectors to final. Perfect. I like it. All right. Thank you all for sticking around. We're going to fly United Airlines. I love this livery, by the way. I can't remember if this is a Cessna Rocks or what, but I found this on the old org, and I really like this livery. So old school United here. Take a United flight from Spokane up to Seattle, and it should be good. If you just tuning in, you missed a doozy coming into Spokane. Good little flight. There's somebody honking outside my door, my window. Stealth Town 4, welcome aboard. The Tulip, yeah, that's right. I forgot they called it the Tulip. Wasn't flying a lot when these were around. A salty wife, not quite that. Salty food by the wife. Step to 16 right for landing. Yeah, it'd be 16 right or 16 center we'd get. Would be my guess. I use Garmin Pilot with X-Plane. Cool. Works pretty well, doesn't it? You shot that. Welcome aboard. Glocky, welcome aboard. Steve99, or Steve099, good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday. Anybody else I missed? David Zekop, welcome aboard. So yeah, let's get this underway. It's Christmas, or it's New Year's now, and it's, I don't even know what to say. I don't have a lot. My brain is like, it's just one of those days, man. If you missed the very beginning of the stream, I had internet problems. And said internet problems almost canceled the stream, which would have really sucked. Because I'm having good time tonight. What's the arrival? Glacier 1. There it is, Glacier 1. Let's get my charts and everything going. So we'll call clearance up, we'll get our clearance, and then we will get programmed and we will get out of here. So let's go to a new page. Get rid of you. It's like starting a new life. Going to Seattle. United 717. And Seattle. And clearance is 127.55. 27.55. And we need to do CU a couple times. I think that'll make it work. We'll see if that works. Because in essence, we have a fresh airplane. Oh yeah, we'll go through the overhead panel again. Good. Up. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off. And one of these can come on. You off, you off. We're landing at sea level. That's good. We're going to 35,000, I think. Very optimistic of, or 36,000. Position lights can come on. Everything looks great. Okay. Okay, clearance United 717 IFR Seattle. Don't even know if it worked. Yeah, I feel like every time I hop in this plane... Oh, it's 2755. I put the wrong frequency in. I didn't tune into the right frequency. Now we good. Now we cool. I'm not even on PilotEdge. Huh?
Disconnected.
I wasn't on the map.
Connected to PilotEdge.
That ain't me. Oh, I was on the map. I was just behind somebody. Got it. Okay. Oh, no. I didn't mean to close that window. Crap. PilotEdge.net. There is a shortcut to open all of your previous tabs, and I don't know what it is. Dispatch, my flight plans. There we go. Spokane clearance United 717 IFR Seattle. Ain't working, is it?
Number 18 Quebec, read back correct. Advise number 1 for your release. Roger.
Spokane clearance radio check.
Loud and clear.
All right. Spokane clearance United 717 IFR to Seattle.
United 717, Spokane clearance on request, standby.
Is that Brandon? Holy crap! That's Brandon.
Spokane clearance was 415.
I haven't heard Brandon on PilotEdge in so long.
Southwest 415, Spokane clearance on request.
He's the Brandon is awesome because he's the original grumpy controller. It's fantastic. Kevin G wants to see my rendering settings. Okay, really quickly here. Clip it if you have to. Here they are. 3, 2, 1. All right. Hit the clip button if you missed it. PC Noob, good to see you. Lost Kiwi, good to see you, buddy. I would go with tea today, to be honest. I'm going to have some more tea before I go to bed, probably. Grumpy Chan, I know, man. Uberbot, good to see you. Happy Friday, Ben. GT, boy, welcome aboard. Marcus, welcome aboard. Southwest 415, if you're in chat, Marcus is looking for you.
1214 to send via the server 2.
Paging Southwest 415. Marcus is here too. Marcus, how you doing, buddy? Happy Friday, man.
Flying 1214 affirmative. Descend via the Surfer 2 arrival.
Oh, there we go, man. That's the saltiness I miss. Oh, you don't really need him. Okay.
717 cleared to the Seattle airport. Spokane 3 departure. Weather vectors Temple. Then is filed. Climb via the SID. Departure frequency. Standby. Squawk 1343 and standby for the departure frequency. Let me get that in 1 second.
All right, everything but the departure frequency here. United 717 clear to Seattle. Spokane 3, radar vectors Temple as filed. Climb via SID, waiting on departure. Squawk 1343.
United 717, read back correct. Departure frequency 123.75.
2375, and it's good to hear you on comms again, man. United 717.
Thank you. I appreciate you putting up with my learning.
The original grumpy controller. Not good. Ah, there we go. We got to laugh. We got to chuckle at least.
Southwest 415.
Dead Cell 20. Sorry for breaking the mic there.
Ready, copy, South 415.
415, clear to the Seattle airport. Spokane.
All right, so we're good there. Let's go ahead and get this sucker fueled up and get out of here.
Climb via SID.
So we go to ground services.
Departure frequency 123.
Let's do 14,500 pounds of fuel.
Squawk
Oop.
2460.
Okay, we're clear IFR to Seattle, Spokane 3, and the radar vector.
Instant.
As filed, climb via the SID, departure frequency is 1.
And then we're going for
415.
Southwest 415, read back direct.
87.3 on the zero fuel weight. 87.3. There we go. And we'll just come to route. We're going to be KGEG. Yeah, Brandon one time failed me on the I-5 after having a pretty rough go at it, only to tell me that he's actually just pulling my leg. And he was always like the most super serious, I'm not joking with you ever controller, and it was totally out of character for him to do that. And yeah, it was pretty good. GEG Seattle. Okay, so departing on the Spokane 3 from runway 3. And we're going to do vectors to Temple, which I'm going to look up right now. Oh, Temple's on my flight plan. Never mind. Actually, we'll just do that here in a second. Okay. Departing and arriving, so that's good. And then Seattle arriving on the Temple, or the Glacier 1 arrival. Glacier 1 from Temple. And that's good. We'll plan for the ILS-16 center, because why not? Put those in there. Go to route, activate that. Direct. Execute that. Go to legs page. Look for discontinuities. None. None. Good there. Cool. We'll go to interref. Okay, gross weight today is going to be 101.8. 101.8. And the reserves. How many syllables can I put in this word? Reserves. It's going to be 4.5. Cost index, 68. Yeah, now we're talking. About freaking time. Cruising altitude, it's going to be 360. It's optimistic, but we'll see what happens. We'll derate this, because why not? And flaps 5, good. CG's 22, trims 3.4. Trims 3.4, which is just about where it's at. Good. And V1 122, V rotate 124, V2 134. Good. Okay. So we can close that. We'll move out of the glare shield now. Let's brief this departure real quick. Oh, it's from runway 3. I was like, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, from runway 6, we're going to go straight to heading 125, which made no sense whatsoever. Okay, so the Spokane 3 departure from runway 3 says depart heading 025 and expect vectors. Narrative on the following page. Climb heading 025 or assigned ATC headings for vectors to assigned route or fix. Maintain 12,000. Okay, so we can go to 12,000 feet. 12,000 feet. Yep. Okay. Lost communications. Climb direct to the Geo Spokane Vortac for proceeding on course. Blah, 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 blah. Great. Okay. Whatever. That's good. Easy enough. So 025 is a heading. Boop. Boop. The initial speed is going to be V2 plus 15, so 149 miles, or knots? Miles per hour. I think this is. 149, 25, 12,000 on the altitude. We'll set the rest of the buttons up once we get closer to the runway. We'll turn ye old flight directors on. Move on down to the center console here. Set the squawk of 1343. Put you on. Okay. FMC's been set up. We got lateral. We got vertical. We got perf, all that. We got the glare shield set up. We got the transponder set up. So let's just push and get the hell out of here. What do you say? I think there was a guy.
Going 1214 San Francisco, altimeter 3012.
Well, there was somebody else here and then he left. Pudding Simulations, welcome aboard. These channels, I like the chat. I tried watching Jeff's stream the other day, and the amount of little kids he has watching asking, saying retarded things to the point where I couldn't even watch. People repeating the same message over and over. Yeah, Pudding, that happens from time to time, too, in these types of channels. It's sort of a consequence of what Jeff streams, the audience he caters to, and the fact that, like, everybody's on break right now, so all the kids are off school. And he's just got a much larger channel. Like, when you get into the larger channels, you just that sort of behavior becomes kind of unavoidable. Double Flusher. Double Flusher, welcome aboard. I like that name. Happy Friday. Double Flusher and Pudding Simulations. Oh, man. What about the Nintendo Switch? I assume you're not talking to me.
Kodiak 7 Kilo Quebec.
Can you get? Oh yeah, no. This isn't. There's a version of this that is on. There's a version of this that's on the iOS. I think even the Androids, but you're not going to find this on the Switch. Okay, so for engine start, we'll turn packs off. Flat pack on. More than 35 pressure, so we're good there. Everything else is fantastic. I think we need this on, so that the pushback will work. Then we press that button.
Unable to select pushback tug view at this time.
No. That button.
Cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
You get John Fly.
77 Kilo Quebec, Seattle Center, Roger. Legrand altimeter 2995.
Nice and easy pushback here.
Cockpit, tow is driving up.
Bring me
1214, contact
tow.
Center, correction, contact NorCal approach.
Not like a toe, but a toe. Toe. Let's see, 0606, half mile visibility. Nothing's changed. Altimeter's 2986. 2986. Okay. Dead Cell, welcome aboard. Cody 6 Alpha, welcome aboard. Toto the dog. Almost.
Boeing 1214, NorCal approach, Roger. San Francisco, altimeter 012. Expect ILS 28 left approach.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Can you make the pushback truck pull you all the way to the end of the runway? You could, yeah. If you really wanted to go through that, you could definitely do that.
Boeing 1214, say altitude.
He's gonna pick me up.
Boeing 1214, say present flight level.
Welcome aboard the Goldhofer Tower.
Boeing 1214, Roger. Altitude.
We hope that you appreciate the services that we are about to provide you.
Check with you.
Me in my high visibility outfit, you in your lovely captain's stripes. You will note that you have 4 stripes and I have none. That means you are in charge.
Release parking brake.
Park brake
Starting
released.
And you may start engines.
Start with engine number 1.
Number 214,
Okay.
contact Tri-Cities Tower 135.3.
Here's engine number 1. See if it works. Got it into rotation.
November 3318, Quebec.
Turn him off for a bit. Jetstream, welcome aboard. Canflyer, welcome aboard. Happy Friday, guys. Piper the Hawk, good to see you, man. Thanks for playing. Thanks for coming. Does Mr. Virtual have the super cool aviators like a real pilot? Does he? Oh, I need to, hang on. Let's give it gas. No, he's not wearing any aviators. I shouldn't say anything because I wear aviators, man. I love my aviators, to be honest. Fiznik, welcome aboard. Can we push back to a liquor store? The rum is getting low. Why is the rum always gone? Where's all the rum? No, we can't. I guess we could have just done a straight pushback and then, you know, gone that way. It's all right, though. Make John earn his pay. Engine number 2. I think they overshot that a little bit. That's all right. Into rotation. 15%. Give it gas. Captain Aviation, welcome aboard. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Haven't seen you for around for a while either. Poker 2012 Chew, I've actually never used the stock pushback in X-Plane. I don't think I ever got it to work properly, to be honest. Oh yeah, park brake, so I can get him out of here.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
My toe brake is having a seizure. Give me cocaine. Ah, sweet, delicious cocaine. All right, that's good. Overhead panel. All right, leave that off. Pull you. That scared the crap out of me. Hand signals. Good there. You on. Everything's good there. 1, 2, off. On. Pressurize. And everything here is good. Let's go 1, 2, 3 there. We'll go 5 on the flaps.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed.
On the auto
Hand
brake.
signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
See. Right rudder. Left rudder. Full left. Full right. Full back. Full forward. Okay. I think we're ready to go.
Boeing 1214, contact NorCal approach 135.65.
Once we get the frequencies in, we're good to go. So 21.9er. There. And tower's 18.3. Marcus, are you controlling it all tonight, or are you just listening in, doing your training thing? Or is it going to be a surprise? Captain Aviation studying for the CFI check ride. Nice, dude.
Roger. San Francisco altimeter 3012.
Mr. Finkel, welcome
Dallas,
aboard. Happy Friday.
Approach and say altitude. You need to let me know your altitude when you check in with the new person.
Ressa, welcome aboard. There will be cat pushback sounds once Toto Rico gets it in the nod. As of right now, they are not there.
Boeing 1214, Roger. Cleared ILS runway 28 left approach.
Spokane ground, Boeing, or United 717, Tango 4 with the weather for taxi.
United 717, Spokane ground. Runway 3, taxi via Alpha, cross runway 7.
Runway 3 via Alpha, cross runway 7, Boeing 7, or United 717. We'll get this right eventually. Ah, I love this plane so much. We're going to get another breakout moment, too, here. Not like, you know, a singing Justin Bieber type of breakout, but one that's even cooler than that. Airplane and IMC breakout moment. This plane's bollocks. Where's the magenta lines? It's got magenta lines, man. The thing's all magenta. What you're talking about, Kiwi? Ooh. Should probably pay attention. Mr. Finkel's in Sweden. How is it in Sweden? Roundy instruments are for peasants. You can have the roundy instruments, and you can also have the magenta line.
Quebec, Seattle Center, Roger, squawk ident.
I'm sure as heck not doing VOR navigation tonight. Grumpy Tower. You don't get clearance if you don't know who you even fly for.
321 Quebec, radar contact 25 miles south of Newburgh. Say altitude.
Thing I miss from big sceneries are orthoed grass next to taxiways. Looks so low quality. Yeah, I know. Well, it's also just zoom level 15 out here too. So, like one of these days, I need to go redo the ortho in this part of the country. Go to the right. Go to the left. We got clearance to cross. Southwest taxi going on here. That's fine. In Sweden, it's cold and dark, and some of the no-go zones groves. I don't know what that means.
Retard.
XP Aviator, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support, sir. Cheers. Good afternoon, or good evening, good Friday. Good evening, happy Friday. Good to see you. 737 Ultimate is out soon.
Clear 30 Delta 4. We're parking transient base of the tower.
Yeah, I've heard people talking about that 737 Ultimate, but I don't know anything about it. To be completely honest with you, I have no idea anything about the plane, other than it's freeware.
Taxi to the ramp via
and
Delta.
It's freeware.
Delta 3, cross runway 3 right.
I mean, we'll check it out once it comes out, because that's what I do.
Right, Delta 3, cross 3 right. I'll stay with you for Delta Mike.
And I will personally look at it with the same scrutiny that I look at most
Tango Mike.
most payware planes.
24 Tango Mike.
November 24 Tango Mike, Roger. Delta 3, cross runway 3.
Delta 3, cross runway 3. 24 Tango Mike.
Spokane Tower, United 717, short runway 3.
United 717.
Spokane Tower. There you go.
Wind 050 at 6. Runway 3, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 3, United 717. Almost said Boeing, and that's why I did the little 3 and kind of carried it out there. Okay, clear to the right. Clear to the left. We got lights. Camera. And, whoops. Action. You're set. You're out. Good to go. Let's go flying. I think it'll be the Zebo cabin and EFB. Got it. Are my chats going through? They are, Space Andy. Okay, runway 3 identified. On departure, fly heading 025. So let's do, that doesn't work. Okay. Just do heading select. You're good. Let's do 1,500 feet there. All right, here we go. Okay, airspeed's live, 80 knots.
United 736, descend via the Surfer 2 arrival.
V1, VR.
Boeing 1214, you look a little high there, you're going to need vectors.
Positive rate. You're up.
Flight slow, flight slow, flight slow, flight slow, flight slow, flight slow.
Boeing 1214, roger. Cancel approach clearance, turn right, heading 030 is going to be vector for the ILS 28 left approach.
Go straight
descend
to
and
that.
maintain 5,000.
Let's tune you to something completely off there.
Boeing 1214, turn right, heading
Bring our
030.
flaps in.
Descend and maintain.
Temps are 4 Celsius. We'll get the anti-ice on.
United 717, contact Spokane
departure. 717, we'll see it. Spokane departure, United 717, 3,700, climbing Spokane 3.
United 717, Spokane departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 13,000.
13,000, United 717. Already broke out. I'm going to leave the anti-ice on for a little longer here.
Princess
Go ahead and
Quebec,
pull our
contact,
outboards in.
approach,
Mr. Servin here for 12 months. Cheers to a year of fun in the friendly simulated skies. Ian, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers, my friend. I hope you're doing well. You streaming later, man? Okay, there's 250, there's acceleration. Very happy with this performance.
For 331 at Quebec, Portland approach, Roger.
The VNAV works on
0 at
departure,
17 gust,
not so
27.
much on the arrival.
Expect
Which actually might
visual
cause us some
approach.
problems coming into Seattle here.
10 left.
Dear God, what about the immersion? I know, right? Okay, right of the clouds. We can turn the igniters off. We'll bring the anti-ice off.
For 331 at Quebec, Roger. Quebec Packers ILS runway 10 at approach.
Should give us a little bit more juice. Okay. I have a sneaking suspicion somebody's screwing with me. Oh, that wasn't the anti-ice? Oh, you're right. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. I turned the hydraulics off. That would
Going 1214, turn right heading 110.
Oh, crap.
Going 1214 negative right.
Hydraulics
heading
identified
110.
and shut off. Oh, dear.
United 717, correct Temple, resume navigation, contact Seattle Center 132.6.
Direct Temple, ONAV, and 132.6, United 717. Oh, man, that was less than ideal. Yeah, chat's like, that wasn't the anti-ice you turned off. That was the hydraulics, you idiot. All right, 32.6. Seattle Center, United 717, 11,400, climbing 13,000.
United 717, Seattle Center, climb and maintain flight level 230.
I maintain flight level 230, United 717. 23. Good, good, good. So doing a heading turn here, heading towards Temple. And then once we're pointed more or less towards Temple, I'll do direct 2 in the FMC. Serby plays! Just realized how much time I spend with this community. Thanks for creating something great. I'm donating $10.01 because I need to hold the top donation for the month. This is also my ticket for the next time you come into KGFL. Serby, man, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the tip, man. Cheers, and I really do appreciate it. Happy New Year. And we'll see about what we can do at Glen Falls. All right, there's the turn there. We come down here. We're going to go to legs.
Going 1214, turn right
Temple,
heading 190,
direct,
descend and
exit.
maintain 4,000.
And go to LNAV. And off we go. Checklist for amateurs. Yeah.
And it's
Mike
736.
H asks, is this why you stream? Mike H, good to see you, man. Yeah, this is why I stream, dude. Have a good time. I'm not even drinking right now, and this kind of stuff happens. Like, it's fun.
United 717, contact Seattle Center 125.1.
25-1, United 717. Oops. And there's the cross there. Let's go to 9 or 2.
Twin Cessna 1-8 Quebec, flighting 330, vectors ILS approach.
But yeah, no, this kind of stuff, like, hey, it happens. It's even better when it's totally... it's not scripted here, trust me. Nothing is planned like that. Seattle Center, United 717, flight level 190, climbing flight level 230.
United 717, Seattle Center, climbing maintain flight level 360.
Flight level 360, United 717.
Kodiak 7.
I got to turn the gear off,
Kilo
too.
Quebec, contact Tri-Cities approach.
We don't have Chevy rules here to tell us to turn that one off. All right. Got the title for the YouTube VOD? I think we most certainly do. Checklists are for amateurs.
United 736, contact NorCal approach.
Cue the silly music. Yeah, see what happens when you fly sober. No kidding. Once flew in Vance, controller said it needed a 172, doesn't classify as a heavy. That's absolutely right. What do the hydraulics do? Like everything.
Number 377.
They're pretty much the most important system on the entire plane. They control the gear. They control the flight surfaces. They do a lot.
Going 1214, 7 miles from He-Man. Turn right heading 250. Maintain 3000 until established.
Makes you think, though. Very, very important switches unguarded next to less important switches. That's the first thing I thought, though, to be honest. When I looked overhead and I saw, like, the positioning of those switches, I wonder if that's ever happened in the real world. And there has to be an SOP somewhere that says, like, put your finger on there, reread the letters, and then turn them off.
Going 1214, cleared, ILS runway 28 left approach.
Because usually in these planes, the anti-ice is down here lower on the panel, it seems. Doing good, though.
No worries. Or 1-8 Quebec, flighting 310.
Would make for an interesting flight, yeah, right? Fly sober, get pulled over. Yeah, Jeff goes live, pulls a few people in. That's his thing.
Approach 121.3.
X Dubs N or Zoobs N. Zubs N? I'm gonna go with Zubs N. Says Happy New Year from Germany. Zubs N, man, thank you very much for the donation. I really do appreciate it, truly. Cheers, my friend. And Happy New Year from Boston, man. You are far too kind. Blake T, good to see you, man. Am I going to be at Flight SimCon 2018 in Dallas? Negative. I'm only planning on going to Flight Sim Expo in Vegas this year. I can't swing going to 2 conferences this year, both for time off and financial purposes. So I'm going to go to the. I think most of the streamers, at least most of the streamers that I know, are going to be heading to the event in Vegas.
Roger. San Francisco Altimeter 3012. Expect ILS runway 28 left approach.
So yeah, if you're going to Vegas, man, that'll be the. I think that'll be the show to beat. Edge router. Are you a command line guy? What makes you like the thing? Yeah. So Ridiculous asks. So I have an Edge router Pro, Edge router Lite. So I have an Edge router Lite that I use on my home network. It basically routes all of my traffic out to the internet. I've done a little bit of work on the command line with it, just to do some minor like VPN type stuff. But for the most part, everything I've done has been through the GUI. I like Ubiquity. I like all of Ubiquity's products that I've used. In addition to the Edge router, I also have 2 access points that I use, and I think that they are amazingly good pieces of hardware for as cheap as they are. And the reason why I chose to go with the Edge router is more just to have the extra performance. You know, down the road, I want to be able to do gigabit. I want to be able to have the option to do multi-home connections if I want to. Not that you'd ever need to for a home router, but I also want a little bit of DDoS and protection, and also just like we're only going to be using more data. We're only going to have more devices communicating. So having more power in a router is never going to be a bad thing. Is how I look at it. They're only like $80, so I could either go out and buy some crazy Asus that looks like this like demon child router, or I could buy a purpose-built device that does exactly what it's intended to do: move packets from point A to point B. So that's why I opted to go with the Edge router. I've been super happy with it. I've had it for almost 3 years now. I love, like I said, I love Ubiquity's products. And I don't even use it to the extent of what it's meant to be used for. I have some DNS caching stuff set up on there. I've messed around with policy-based routing, but I eventually I turned that off because I didn't really have a need for it. My goal at one point was to route HTTP and HTTPS connections over a VPN and then send them down to Virginia to be then routed out to the internet. But the more I kind of thought about it, the more I was like, I don't really need to do that. But the capability is there to do that with that router.
Cisco Tower, wind calm, runway 28 left, cleared line.
So yeah, I'm super happy with it, man. Like, especially if you already have dedicated access points, then getting something like an edge router is pretty much a no-brainer. If you don't have dedicated access points, then
506.
That's another expense you'll have to consider to have your wireless clients be able to get connected. You'll still have to have like your Asus or have a Ubiquity or something out there that's in client mode. In the new year, a few months, I'm going to be joining PilotEdge as VFR single engine student. Any suggestions to make my first few weeks easier? Do the CAT ratings, do the I ratings, man. Always go through the training stuff. Just got in. If you want to have fun with ATC's call sign Kitty Hawk, UK Royal call sign. I did not know that. -8 mate says, do you only fly on PilotEdge? For the most part. We'll do some VATSIM flights here soon. I want to start getting into some FNOs probably once a month or so, but I've been having a lot of fun on PilotEdge. I think they keep adding more airports that are controlled.
King Air 415,
and there's just interesting flights and there's interesting things to do, and the ATC is good, and I like flying on PilotEdge. That's kind of what it comes down to. So we'll do some VATSIM flights soon though. Because I know that people have been wanting to jump in and join. And when I do a VATSIM flight, I'll announce it'll be an FNO almost certainly, and I'll announce well ahead of time that I'm going to do it. Oops.
King Air 415, 908, squawk 35.
Some sweet looking custom scenery on the East Coast that we see Cat going into from time to time. Yeah, there's some good stuff on the East Coast actually. Lufcar Spadaro is really awesome. The entire Jozwecki scenery is good. You know, the Mr. X Boston stuff. Like, there's a lot of good stuff that's out there. Just, the VATSIM experience is just,
So Cessna 1 go back to Center maintain 3000.
Now I have to answer a question. All right, I'm in the U.S. very often. Atlanta. What is the best beer? I'm always drinking Miller Lite or Heineken. Are there better breweries? The answer, Zoobs, is absolutely, man. So U.S. beer is interesting because it tends to be very compartmentalized in specific regions. But down in Atlanta, I don't know any Atlanta-specific beers, but you generally can't go wrong by asking a bartender or asking somebody at a liquor store and say, hey, like, what are some regional beers that you recommend? Now, if you want to go find some national beers, Miller Lite and whatnot, that's not the way to go, man. Like, I recommend anything by Sam Addams. You can find Sam Addams all over the place. Their beers are all very, very good, in my opinion, or most of them are very, very good. I recommend, if you can find things like Dogfish Head, those are very popular IPAs. If you can find anything that's like a New England style IPA, I've really, really enjoyed those. Goose Island is one that I love. Goose Island is nationally distributed, so the Goose Island 312 is one of my absolute favorite beers ever. In fact, yeah, Goose Island 312 I highly recommend, because that is a fantastic beer. Oh my gosh, what is this link, man? Why is there so much of this freaking spam? So yeah, anything by Sam Addams. You know, you can get Guinness in the United States, and it's all right. Anything by Goose Island, usually pretty good bet. I'm trying to think what else might be down in Atlanta. If you could find Harpoon, it's good, but Harpoon's kind of more of a New England beer. If you were in Boston, I can tell you exactly what to buy. Will Pipes, good to see you, man. Chewy, welcome aboard. Good to see you, buddy. So yeah, I think the best advice I could give a foreigner coming to the United States if they want to buy beer, ask the bartender for their recommendation. Tell them, here's the kind of beers I like. I want to have a beer that's a regional beer, and they will more often than not steer you in a direction that will get you a good beer. That's what I do whenever I travel outside of my, where I'm from in the U.S. I always ask a bartender or a server for a recommendation.
Straight in via Delta, remain this frequency. Good night.
Don't drink Miller Lite, please. Like that's what gave American beer a bad name, and it's just it's
We're 41598 contact.
it's really awful, man.
Oakland Center 132.2 with your IPAR request.
What about Bud Light Lime? No, man, no, get out of here with that. I don't really have time in my life for the old, like those old kind of crappy beers. So I tend to stick with microbrews and more difficult to find, like regional type of stuff. I wrote them down and give them a try. All right, man. Yeah, and Sam Addons is a brewery. Sam Addons is a brewery, and they have a large range of beers. And you generally, like, whenever I'm buying beer for a party, I almost always buy Sam Addons. I buy their their sampler packs. I buy their Boston Lager. I buy their Boston, I buy all their stuff because I know that it's consistent and it is very good in my opinion. And the Goose, like I said, the Goose Island 312. Oh, anything by Goose Island is good. If you can find Goose Island Matilda, it's really good. Like, it's really rare, but it's also quite good. 312's their common stuff. Their pale ale's pretty good. Oh man, I don't even know. God, there's so much good. But I've been buying, just like I said, I've been buying so much local stuff.
Senate Policy discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Flight level 240, my discretion, United 717. All right, let's do some descent.
Number 18 Quebec, 1 mile from Heron. Maintain 3000 until established cleared ILS runway 10 at approach.
Okay, we're coming into Temple. And we're not Jewish, so we got to figure this out. There are no altitude restrictions here. Okay. So we're going to plan for landing south. We'll plan for 12,000 at Jackson. So we'll come in here, go to legs.
5 Papa Mike. Standby.
So let's plan for 250 and 12,000.
5 Papa Mike, San Luis, altimeter 3008.
At Jackson. Execute that. We'll see what the VNAV gives us for that. The VNAV seems to think we're going to have to wait here. I think we could probably get away with that. Nitro. Let's see here. Whitro
06 Tango.
To Jackson is 27, 20, 48 plus. That's about 70, about 60 miles or so. 60 miles, we can descend.
3506 Tango.
Yeah, we're fine.
Clear to the Olympia Airport.
It's optimistic. Like I may actually start down a little bit before Whitro, but yeah, we can wait. Cool. All right. Yeah, no Budweiser, man. No way.
Frequency.
Any beer with light or LIT in the name is not a man's beer.
Squawk 50.
I mean, Heineken is like the gold standard around the world too, which is crazy. Jailhouse Brewery in Atlantis is Aviate, Georgia. Yeah, down in Atlanta, it's all Coke, isn't it? There's some microbreweries that exist, though. I know that the Durka Durka was down there doing some tours over the summer. But I hear Jailhouse Brewery in Atlanta was just recommended in chat.
06 Tango, runway 17.
What is the meal service on the flight for tonight? Leftovers, man. It's all leftovers tonight. Garbage beer is nice at a barbecue or something, but if you want to enjoy a beer, yeah, don't get a national brand. Pretty much. Johnny Knox, good to see you. And for the garbage beers, like we'll do some, like I said, Sam Addons is always a safe bet, but a lot of the people in the culture around here like Corona, so we do a lot of Coronas in the summer.
118.7.
I'm going to have a number of pyramid apricots here in an hour. Sweet. Ray HD, welcome aboard. I'm looking to buy a new payware aircraft for X-Plane 11. Any recommendations? What kind of plane do you want to buy, Ray? We can totally make some recommendations, but I need to know what you're looking for.
Number 3318 Quebec, Portland Tower.
You have light beers when you're already drunk and you don't care what you drink. Sure. Going to do VATSIM flights. I won't be around tomorrow, unfortunately.
Wanted to fly into Yakima?
Surly IPA is recommended. Chazers, good to see you.
KX 7 Kilo Quebec.
Pod in my mind, welcome aboard. It's Friday, dude. It is. We're on flight number 2, heading down to Seattle. I'm trying to decide if this is where we call it quits or not. So the flight's going to put us close to 11. The People's Porter. Oh, now we're talking. Anything that's porter or stout, man, you got me. Chazzer says he lives in the microbrew capital of the U.S., but doesn't actually say where he lives. So I'm going to say probably Denver. Honda Jet. I don't have a Honda Jet. I hate to interrupt this lovely beer talk. My 2 cents, visit Trillium. Trillium in Boston's amazing, yeah. Just set up a new desk and it's excellent. All right, let's check the picture out here.
415, enter 8, up on frequency.
Ian, oh. Hey, Ian. Send me a PM with that link so I can show it on screen here, please. That's a good looking setup. I have to drink a lot next time. Yeah, right? It's a good plan, dude. It's interesting. Like I had some long chats with Durka Durka this summer, so he was out here visiting, and it was interesting to talk to him about American beers and how excited everybody in and around London, like all the brewers, are for American beers, because you just remember people always ragged on it and said, "Oh, it's American beer is crap," blah 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 blah, and now it's like apparently becoming quite highly regarded in the world out there. So it's cool. I very much enjoy. I'm a beer tourist, man. When I go to places, dude, I wanna try all sorts of stuff. Like I do my best to make sure that I drink a beer that, like, if I want to try to find beers I can't get at home whenever I go out. A little turbulence now. All right, so 2,000 feet down. Our descent says Mach 0.720 or 280 knots. So we'll just take this. We'll take the speed down to 280 knots, and off we go.
522 Papa Mike, commitment to your route. Advisory copy.
McShiggity Pilot, good to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well.
522 Papa Mike.
McShiggity Pilot, I haven't forgotten about you.
Present position, Big Sur.
I'm probably not flying for a while, but I may try to drive down there at some point, and maybe catch a lunch or something. But I haven't forgotten about you, man. All right, this is Mr. Servan's desk setup.
And then Pebs 1 route.
It's very, very blue. It's like we're having a rave, but that's a pretty good looking setup, Ian. I approve. I don't know what's going on over here, but it looks like it's probably complicated. Is that a Stream Deck? Did you of all people get a Stream Deck? You strike me as somebody who doesn't need one of those. I still don't understand the Stream Deck, by the way. I have no idea why people would grab it. I'll give you a hint. Everything you can do on a Stream Deck, you can do with a, I can't show you. You can do with a USB keypad. Which is better, Embraer and Bombardier? I don't know. Mike21, good to see you. Drinking a Ballast Point, that sounds good.
Cessna 18, go back. Turn left at.
I got some like.
Parking on the north side.
Oh man, I got some Jack Abbey Black Dagger or something downstairs.
Quebec, Roger. Taxi ramp via Echo.
I forget the exact name of the beer. I don't know. I got some beers Christmas Eve. That is a Stream Deck. I love it. Nice, man. I use it 1% controlling OBS and 99% for controlling X-Plane. Ah, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I have one of those. 736 contact San Francisco. I have one of those absolutely ridiculous cloud-connected keyboards that are going to be showing up at some point soon. There's no justification. There's no reason to actually have the damn thing. But I'm getting one anyway. I was one of the first 100 people on Kickstarter to put an order in. Elgato Stream Deck is very, very, very useful, says Chewy. So what do you use it for, man? Like what do you have the buttons on there do?
That at 736 San Francisco Tower.
Pot of my mind says, what is a Stream Deck?
Wind calm, runway 2.
That's actually a good question. So Stream Deck, it's like a little sort of microcontroller, I guess, if you want to call it that. But it's got these buttons that are macro buttons that you can program, and you can set icons on them. So you can you have this little device here that does things that you program and configure, and can have icons that I'm assuming ostensibly the icons can change context and whatnot depending on what you're doing. But I don't know. I haven't messed around with them at all. If you utilize it correctly, take advantage of the new features, it'd be very useful. Does the VNAV work on the descent phase of the Zebo 738? Do not know. I think it does, but I don't know. So we're on our way into Seattle right now.
Number 2, Papa Mike, Crocs, Big Sur, VOR, at and maintain 10,000. Stand by for the Monterey altimeter.
Should get a frequency change here in a moment. Pilot Meister says, got some money for Christmas. Possibly looking to purchase
Mike, Monterey,
ForeFlight
altimeter
for sim use.
3010.
Your thoughts if it's a justifiable justifiable purchase? I don't think it is. I would probably not buy
United
ForeFlight.
717, contact Seattle Center 126.6.
126.6, United 717. We'll get back to that in a second.
Kodiak 7 Kilo Quebec, descend and maintain 5,000.
Seattle Center, United 717, flight level 280, descending flight level 240.
United 717, Seattle Center, Roger.
Okay, Slow Dive
Kodiak
77.
377
Welcome to the
Kilo
Buildman Club.
Quebec,
Thank you for your support.
descend and maintain 5,000.
Cheers. Appreciate it, man. I don't think ForeFlight is useful. I don't think it's worth having in the sim if you're not going to be a real-world pilot. Like, if you're not actually going to fly real planes. There are other products out there. You can always use SkyVector. There are other products out there that are free, that are good. You can look into Flight Plan Go. You can look into something like Navigraph Charts, which does a lot of the exact same stuff and covers more of the world. ForeFlight, I love ForeFlight. I would say, I mean, absolutely, I say get it if you got the money. But if somebody is financially constrained in their sim, there are better things to spend your money on than ForeFlight, in my opinion.
United 717, cross Jackson and maintain 12,250 knots.
Jackson 12,250 knots, United 717.
United 717, settle altimeter 265.
65. Okay, so there's 12,000. So we got our banana bar here before Jackson. So we'll go ahead and we can pull our vertical speed back a little bit. Keep some altitude going here. Just try to put the banana bar a little closer to Jackson. Got to give ourselves time to slow down too, but
Kodiak 3,
I mean, yeah, ForeFlight's fantastic. It's great. I love the tool. I think it's for what it does. It's definitely the best. But it's a tough sell for a sim only person. SimBrief and Navigraph work well indeed. You can create an absolute variety of things, individual folders which have things inside ranging from production, OBS scene changes to another folder that has a soundboard of memes. Oh, okay. Eventually I'll probably get one. It's just not like right now. It's like that kind of stuff is not necessarily on the top of my list. Do you have a list of aircraft in your hangar? I don't, man. Sorry. I have flown pretty much everything that's worth flying in the sim. Like it literally.
At 736.
It's
turn left,
not
Echo,
really
taxi
worth
via
it for me
Echo
to list
Alpha
all
to
my
ramp,
planes because I have.
and remain on this frequency.
I have basically flown everything. There's some crappy stuff out there, or maybe some less than stellar stuff that I haven't flown. Some planes that I'm just not interested in, but I've flown all the big name planes. Somebody was asking for recommendation on a plane, by the way, and then I asked for some clarification as to kind of what you're into, and I didn't see the response there. So if you I forget the name, but if you respond to that, let me know. About the SSG 195, can't figure out how to install the SIDS and stars into the FMC. I have Navigraph currently. It uses UFMC, so set your Navigraph up for UFMC. It's gonna put a folder in your custom data. So it's gonna put a folder in your custom data folder called UFMC, and this is what it reads from. And it's actually UFMC is the category within Navigraph. So there you go. That should work for you. Add the buttons with whatever picture you like, and Elgato even have a website dedicated to having some stencils and things that could place easily to download. Oh, nice. Definitely check it out. Yeah, I'll look into it. It sounds intriguing. The whole like graphics and meme stuff doesn't necessarily, like, I don't really do that on my stream, but we maybe down the road, you know, spice things up a bit or something. I don't know. I use it to open software, activate, deactivate sources, change scenes, pause and play media. Honestly, couldn't stream without it now. Yeah, and see, that's the thing is I have a USB keypad set up over here where I can do like that scene. I can open up ForeFlight, close ForeFlight, and I still have a whole bunch of buttons I haven't done anything with. So a lot of the OBS functions I can do with that, that bring me sort of in and out of those features. It's the you know, put a thing on the screen and make it do something that I wouldn't have, or, you know, show an icon or change an icon or whatever that I wouldn't have. I'd love to see the Epic E1000 again. I love that plane, but it's not a very popular one. I think they're working on F-mod sounds for it. So once that happens, we'll probably go up in it again. I like Sky Vector when I'm not flying in Canada. Uh-huh. What are the options and adjustments in this plane? Danish, good to see you, buddy.
506 Tango, Seattle departure.
What kind of options do you want to see? There's preferences, pre-flight stuff. So like there's not a lot that you can really mess around with, to be honest. You know, we can do camera shaking, winglets, ice and rain effects, steam gauge instruments if we want, which changes the panel here.
06 Tango, roger. Expect vectors, RNAV, runway 35
and some other
approach.
stuff. What was the altimeter? I forgot to write that down. Seattle altimeter. Seattle is 18017 gust 24. Holy crap. And the altimeter is 65. Yuck.
Sky 06 Tango, expect radar vectors to Tano.
Using ForeFlight most likely in my future training during my more advanced flight training.
Approach,
like if you're close to flight training, then I would say give it a go. And you know, but remember it's like it's an annual subscription, so there's an upkeep fee to it. If you're you know close to starting your training, give it a go. I mean that was my excuse. I got it because I knew that I would be starting training within probably 6 to 12 months. It isn't necessary, just makes life from a production aspect a lot easier. If you have the keyboard set up, then yeah, it isn't really needed, but I like how you can easily change the buttons, create subfolders, instead of having to memorize a keypad. Dude, I totally concur, Chewy. I appreciate you pointing that stuff out because, yeah, I had
522 Papa Mike.
Very little justification as to why I would buy that piece of technology. Like, I'm sure it's an impressive bit of kit, but I hadn't really talked to anybody who had really used it, so I just didn't know.
Papa Mike, expect visual approach, runway.
Mr. Soundwave, good to see you. Happy Friday. Scarebus driver, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well as well, sir. Christmas was fantastic. I had too much Christmas beer, and as a result, I'm drinking tea and water tonight. And I've been drinking tea and water for most of the back half of this week. But yeah, no, Christmas was fantastic. We had a lot of, we had tons of social gatherings. We met up with people pretty much every night of the week. I didn't get to go flying on Sunday because there was a half an inch thick layer of ice in the whole plane. It's picture time. I showed these pictures earlier, but I'll show them again. Let's see here. Here's the first one. Cowling had a bit of ice on it. Plane had quite a lot of ice on it. Half an inch on basically the prop, the spinner, and the entire front of the plane. The stuff that was actually on the fuselage, I was able to knock a lot of that stuff off, but the stuff that was up here in front, like I started chipping away a little bit, but I don't actually want to go chipping away at the prop and end up damaging the plane. So I was like, I should probably not do this.
Turn right, heading 150, right
I could have had the guys drag it into a hangar for a little bit, I'm sure, assuming there was room, but I didn't have time. I didn't have a lot of time on Christmas Eve to go flying. And then
Kodiak 7,
Christmas Day happened, and on Christmas Day, we had 6 inches of snowfall in 90 minutes. Like, we actually had whiteout conditions at one point where I couldn't see that house behind me. I couldn't see any of the stuff back there. Like, it was insane. We definitely had a white Christmas. And then it was enough that I had to get my snowblower out because it was like wet, heavy, just kind of crazy stuff. So got the snowblower out and off we went, man. And then Christmas itself was good. Cat got some toys. I got some toys. Wife got some toys. Our
377 Kilo Quebec, Chinook approach, Roger.
Niece and nephew got some toys. Look at this. Look at this cat. Isn't that just the most adorable little kitty cat you've ever seen? Look at her. She hates me, by the way. She absolutely hates me. That's a look of disgust and curiosity, not, not love and affection, that's for sure. But yeah, no, Christmas was good. Holidays were great. That being said, I'm ready to get back to work and get on my routine. All right. Christmas slushies floating in the pool. Yeah. Scare Bus, man. It's like 5 degrees Celsius here, or 5 degrees Fahrenheit here right now. It's so freaking cold in the East Coast of the U.S. Like it's just insane. Yeah. I'm super done with it.
Reach on.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. What am I looking for? Interref index. Bipolar Bear 8644. You, sir, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers to you, man. I really appreciate you guys tonight. Amtrak man, good to see you. Happy Friday. Just in time for the arrival here. Let's go with approach. Flaps 40. So we're going to be 40/122.
United 717, contact Seattle approach 125.6.
25.6, United 717. Let's put it that way, so 25.6. Seattle weather, 18017, gust 24, 7-mile visibility, overcast 2311 Celsius, altimeter 2965. Cool. We'll start to speed back to 250 at Jackson. Seattle approach, United 717, 12000 with the Seattle weather.
United 717, Seattle approach, roger. Expect ILS runway 16 left approach.
Yeah, we'll expect that, 717. Okay, that's going to bring us in here, departing and arriving. Arriving KC, 16 left ILS. And I hit IXEG on that. Okay, we're still direct Jackson, good. Enable cruise altitude's fine. So let's brief that real quick.
Sky 06, Tango, clear direct Tano, cross Tano at 4000, clear on up runway
KC,
3000 approach.
ILS 16 left. So we planned for 16 center, we got 16 left, that's fine. All right, ILS 16 left. Tuning into 110.3, 164 on the course. Touchdown elevation is going to be 433 feet. We'll bang on Seattle Tower, who's going to be 119.9er. It's worth noting this airport has 3 runways that are in parallel with one another and a taxiway. So we need to make sure that we're actually pointed at the right airport or the right runway once we get in. We'll probably get vectors from the Heather intersection. And we are going to take this down to Cat 1 minimums. Cat 1 minimums are going to be 300 or 200 feet, I should say, for our category of aircraft. 200 feet, half-mile visibility. In the event of missed approach, we're going to fly heading 165 to 900 feet, intercept the Seattle 161 radial, fly to the Tebney intersection above 2,000 feet, identified by Seattle 2.4 DME, and then direct to 5,000 feet on the Seattle 161 radial,
Richie Papa
to
Mike,
the
turn right heading
Milt
040,
intersection.
vectors
We'll
visual
hold at
approach,
Milt.
descend and maintain 6000. Last when you have the airport in sight.
So that's just saying that you had to be 2,000 or sorry, under 2,000 crossing Tebney, not above. Under 2,000 crossing the Tebney intersection. Okay, so we're basically just going to go straight out.
2 Papa Mike, roger. Turn right heading 040, descend and maintain 6000.
So that's the approach. We'll come down to the center console here. We're going to tune into 110.3. 0.3. And 110.3 over here. Good. And the course is 164.
United 717, descend and maintain 10,000.
10,000, United 717. Okay, there's 10 somewhere. $250, 10,000. Okay, and what did I say? We're doing 164 on the course. $64. 164. Boom, boom. Okay. Lights on. Get the igniters on now before we get in the soup here. Temperature's 1 Celsius, so we shouldn't need de-icing on this this particular leg. All right. Atlanta had snow, but before Christmas. We had a lot of snow on Christmas, man. Latchy 74, good to see you. Christmas was 45 Celsius. I don't want to hear about it.
United 717, fighting 240 vectors, ILS approach, descend and maintain 5,000.
240 vectors, ILS 717. And what was the altitude again?
United 717, descend and maintain 5,000.
Down to 5,000, United 717. All right, 240, 5,000. Let's go heading mode. And then we'll do 5,000 here.
Number 2, Papa Mike, descend and maintain 5,000. And 2 Papa Mike, airport now, 9 o'clock, 7 miles.
Okay.
2 Papa Mike, clear visual approach, runway
Comes 10,000 feet below 250 knots. Lights are out. Beep everybody, be like, oh, nope, that's not the beep. That's the hydros again. Sit your butts down. Is this the last flight? Probably. And there goes my internet connection again. Nice timing.
United 717, contact Seattle approach 133.65.
3365, United 717. 3365. Seattle approach, United 717, 8,900, descending 5,000.
United 717, Seattle approach, roger. Seattle altimeter 265.
65.
Kodiak 7 Kilo, Quebec, contact Yakima Tower 133.25. Kodiak 377 Kilo, Quebec, Yakima Tower, roger, runway 27, clear to land. Kodiak 7 Kilo, Quebec, wind calm.
Well, that's a bummer. It's just us YouTube now. I think the Twitch connection's dead.
Richie Pop Mike, contact Monterey Tower 118.4. Go 522 Pop Mike, Monterey Tower, runway 28 left, cleared to land, wind calm.
Well, that's a bummer. Anyway, 6,000 heading down to 5,000. Get our vectors here in a little bit. Also going to start slowing her down. Bring her back to 210.
United 717, clear direct Helzer, cross Helzer at above 4,000, clear ILS runway 16 left approach.
Helzer, cross Helzer at above 4,000, cleared ILS 16 left approach, United 717. Alright, legs. That I wasn't planning for. Helzer. Put that up there. Looks cute.
For 522 Papa Mike Roger, just want to remain in the pattern.
Hell now, get the turn going. Move you
Papa
low,
Mike Roger, no worries,
4,000.
center right traffic. Runway 28
4,000,
left,
go to vertical
and report
speed, push that
midfield
sucker down. Get our speed back a little bit more. We can go flaps to 5. All right. Still being super choppy. Getting just audio. All right. That's something, I guess. Yeah, it's like dropping all the frames right now. I have no idea what's going on tonight. My connection's fine, so I don't know if it's Twitch or what's happening there. It's net neutrality, man. We'll go to 4,000. We're bringing that speed back. We are 15 miles out of Seattle now. And we're on the localizer. Or we get the localizer enabled, which we'll catch here in a second. Good. Let's go flaps 10. I don't really know the flap schedule for like Boeing airplanes here, so. But yeah, sorry guys. If you guys are on Twitch right now, I have no idea what's going on. Internet connection's doing fine. Like, pings are looking good. No packet loss, no craziness, no jitter. I have no idea if it's Twitch now or if it's me.
495 Lima Mike, Portland approach.
Earlier it was definitely me. But I thought we rectified that. Do a little speed test here, see what happens. Alright, so we are just about on the VOR. As soon as VOR local mode is enabled, I'll also put us into approach mode. And then we'll see about getting our speed back even further.
495 Lima Mike, Portland approach, squawk 6114, ident.
Okay, there's the intercept. Go to approach mode. 7 outside, so we need to worry about the anti-ice. We're good there. We know Tower is going to be coming up soon. Seattle Tower 16 left is going to be 19-9er.
Back where you parking.
19-9er.
7 Kilo Quebec, roger. Taxi straight ahead to the west ramp. Parking. Remain this frequency. Good day.
Traffic.
Traffic appears to be no factor.
For 2 Papa Mike, runway 28 left, clear to land.
All right.
I think you might have forgot to report midfield there.
So just keep it like this. And we will start bringing the speed back here and the flaps out once we get a little closer to the ground. Well, we are now
we
established.
all are, trust me.
Looking good. I blame a Jeep Pie. Yeah, pretty much, man. Black VQ, if you can hear me, man, it's good to see you. Happy Friday.
Say altitude and...
Still 142 people watching. We're doing our best. We got the runway lights. That's disappointing. Although we're going to break out here pretty soon, so it's not that big a deal. All right, let's go and drop the gear.
495 Lima Mike, roger, cleared.
We'll bring ourselves back to approach speed,
to
which
the
is 127-ish knots.
Direct battle ground, and then as filed. Climb and maintain 16,000. You can expect flight level 290. That's your final altitude in 5 minutes.
2, 3. That's all good. Okay, gears down 3 green. Flaps coming out.
2500.
Arm the speed brake. Arm the auto brake.
United 717, contact Seattle Tower 119.9er.
Tower 19-9er, United 717.
495 Lima Mike, read back correct.
Hey, I think we're back. Hey, Twitch fixed their stuff.
Or 459 Lima Mike, contact Seattle Center 121.4.
All right, guys. If you stuck around, thanks for sticking around. The connection is back. My preview here. All right. Final approach checklist. Gears down 3 green. Flaps are down and indicated lights are set.
For 495
auto brakes are armed.
Lima
Speed brakes are armed.
Seattle Center, roger. Climb and maintain flight level 230.
Seattle Tower, United 717. Did I check in?
United 717, don't believe you did. Wind 170 at 17 gust 24 and 116 left, clear to land.
Clear to land runway 16 left, United 717. All right.
Number 2, Pop Mike, taxi ramp via Alpha, or remain on this frequency.
Okay, autopilot off. And
2 Papa Mike, taxi ramp via Alpha, or remain this frequency.
My airplane.
To the ramp via Alpha, and I'll stay with you, and thanks
approach
again.
Mode, flight director should still be on.
You too.
Here we go. All right. Jet Airplane, good to see you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the love.
Skyx 06 Tango, how this approach terminate?
Daedalus, good to see you, man. Welcome aboard, Mr. Daedalus. Hope the weather is okay in your part of Australia. We are on final for Seattle. That's probably going to be the last flight of the night after that happened. I'm not going to take any more chance with the connection tonight. I don't think it's me, though. I actually think that was Twitch that time. Oh, no, never mind. That was me. My upload just went to crap there. Yeah, so we're not going to take any more chances, but anyway, final gear, flaps, silence you. Okay, we're on 1-6 left here. We've got our clearance. Oh yeah, windshield wipers, right? I don't even know where the wipers are at. Here we go.
3506 Tango.
God, those are so annoying.
124.4.
No. Don't think so.
TBM 5 Lima Mike, contact Seattle Center 135.15.
All the things to screw around with on final. That's not the one.
300.
Continue landing.
Olympia Tower, Cessna 3506 Tango, 3 miles south of Carrere, descending through 2,700.
3506 Tango, Olympia Tower, roger, runway 35, cleared low approach.
Cleared low approach, runway 35, Cessna 06 Tango.
40.
TBM 495 Lima Mike, Seattle Center, climb and maintain flight level 290.
Whoa! That was not good. I stalled the crap out of that coming in there. Alright, reverses out, decel. Manual braking. Just take this one here. We're on Juliet. There is no Juliet. Where are we going? Oh, the reverses are still out. Whoops. Tower, United 717 is clear. 1-6 left, heading to the north ramp. He's so disgusted by that landing, he can't even give me further clearance.
United 717, taxi to the ramp via Bravo and remain this frequency. Good day.
Ramp Bravo, your frequency, United 717. Great night, man.
Have a good night.
Alright, good there, good there. Bring our APU on. Boop. And speed brakes are in, bring our flaps in. Oh yeah. My upload Cat 5 must be cold. Yeah, right. Ah, it's going again, isn't it? GG. Man. The internet is pissed tonight. Have to keep an eye on things, see if this happens again. Oops. Call him out here and get a look at my damn connection. Anyway, whatever. We'll disconnect from PilotEdge. You guys are still here. We'll do a quick look on the replay, so pull that. We'll go to replay mode. That was a very horrible landing, but I was quite distracted. That's my excuse. It's okay coming in there, but I didn't flare it. I just chopped it like, I don't know. It was messy. Okay. Plane disappears. Got it. It's a good looking plane right there, though. I miss this thing. Really do. such a massive bump on that. All right, let's do get one more good view here. This should be a good one, showing you how much I didn't flare. I think it's not even that I didn't. That might be my screenshot right there. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh. Oh, yes. Uh-huh. Yep, that looks good to me. Yes. All right. Well, those of you that stuck around, if you can still see the slideshow, thank you very much for sticking around. Those of you on YouTube, I really hope this one turned out okay. And I guess we'll find out here in a few minutes. But guys, thank you very much, man. It's been a wonderful Friday. It's been an amazing 2018 or 2017, I should say. And I'm very much looking forward to what 2018 has to offer. The channel and you guys and this community and just in general, just to see what happens. So I was going to be all sentimental today, but I don't know. Ain't working. I want to turn the airplane off. Go to cold and dark. There we go. No more sounds. Guys, so thank you very much again. Have a great Friday night. Have a great weekend. Have a great New Year. And we will see you guys in 2018. Toodles. Where's the music? See you.